hell is even that?
That is one big pilot.
For a modern gaming audience.
Why are you running?
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
We're communists.
Woke.
Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? I'm like, what comic books are you reading?
I'm cured! Praise God!
Hiya, 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 na 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 na.
Ah, he vatored! He vatored!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
For a modern gaming audience.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble.
Welcome to Nerd Wars. Sorry about that. Welcome to Nerd Wars.
Please clap.
Welcome. Absolute mandatory applause. Good to see everyone understands. Gooch is frozen on my screen. Did I lose Gooch or did we all lose Gooch?
No, no one's frozen.
Okay.
No. Only frozen in your mind, my very young Padawan.
It's just my computer then. Just check.
Yeah.
Or your eyes.
Hey, I saw the little load circle. That was in my eyes. Or maybe. I don't know. I just watched
I'm
the
just
Joker.
special that way.
Open your eyes. Oh, I was like, what was that from? It's from the Batman. He's yelling at the penguin. Welcome.
I just watched Joker last night. I was disappointed, but more on that later. Badge, how disappointed are you today?
I'm actually in a rather jovial mood, if one can borrow such a term. We've got good people with us.
Only the best are allowed.
The chat, of course, is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was going to say, like,
and I guess these guys. This one.
Don't know about me.
We eventually got around to inviting people onto the stream today because they're so important and they're so integral to this stream. I did have my co-host invite them at the last minute last night. So I'm so glad Gooch was able to join. Problematic white guy managed to fill in for Badger on Friday. What's going on?
Get out. Take your like and get out. Very funny, Barrel. Don't leave.
No, we want your like. Keep your like and you can get out.
It's an Australian. It goes the other way. It's an Australian one.
Well,
Rap's gonna be very upset if this movie is good because he's not happy about Twisters.
I've got my limited pass, and I might have to check it out, mostly just to get like my money's worth out of the unlimited pass. But it started off, we were like, oh, the director says film avoids mentioning climate thing because movies should not preach a message. Oh, sounds good to me, but it's Twisters. How could Twisters be good? Badger, did you have any high expectations for Twisters?
I mean, no. I like the first one. Bill Paxton, Helen Hunt. Gooch, you've seen it, right, John?
Yeah.
I watched a review from Alan.
Then that's a no. That's a no. You have not read the book. You did not do your book report, and you will not be leaving today. You will stay after class. Sorry about that.
I did see the first one, but Twisters. Like,
no, that's what we're talking about. Did you see the first Twister?
Oh, the first one, obviously. Of course.
Well, now you got a demerit for just not paying attention to the actual question. Thank you. Okay.
Similar to a lot of these
movies.
Dude,
like I wore a button-down shirt and tie, and just like completely
thrown me cutting off the air supply.
All right. I haven't worn this in like 3 years, so it's like
top button, you freaking cholo. So Twister
I used to be an office manager
of the cholos. So my child brain has Twister floating around in it, and I feel like I even watched it like at school one day. But when you're like a kid, movies, you generally don't pay attention to all of it or really even finish it in a lot of cases. So I believe I've seen Twister.
I will say they have.
Honestly, if we hit goal, I might make Twister the movie.
They have one pivotal change in the story that I actually think is sort of a cool idea. In the original one, I think it's the not the Helen Hunt character, the new character, whatever. She has like or maybe it is the Helen. Either way, they have a device that will measure the Twister like better than anyone else. And in this one, she has like a bunch of drones that shoot up into the Twisters and can nullify it.
Strong science woman, and we didn't hate it.
Women in STEM, guys. Girls get it done.
Who doesn't like Helen Hunt? What are you talking about? Castaway.
Oh,
and that's why that's Scoob. That right there is why you get wrenched against your will.
I've honestly just seen the first Twister a billion times because they go to a farmhouse at one point and have a bunch of like steak and eggs and
Yeah, I
Mashed
remember
potatoes
that.
is like
what sticks in my brain is the cow flying across, and then they having to like run under the bridge, and then instead of going to save a dog and dying Superman's dad, they just stay under the bridge and don't die for no reason. That's all I've got in my brain.
I saw him doing stories about that. Kevin Costner talking about that again.
Hoodie, you want to come on and tell us how you liked it? I'll send you an invite. Just DM me, bro.
Isn't it just the same thing as the first movie? Like pretty much a carbon copy.
Seems like the same thing, but with a different plot device.
Up a little.
Right. That's what the review I was saying was.
That's what we've wanted. Well, actually, we'll get to some reviews here in a moment. So, when we were going through what we had for the rest of the year, and it's all like random prequels and sequels and remakes, we're like, Twisters? Really? Twisters? Well, the early projections are looking good. Projected to earn basically $75 million its opening weekend. I don't know if that's just domestically. I'll have to look a little more into it. But apparently it blew out original Twister's $41 million opening. Of course, we got inflation and other things. Price of tickets and whatnot changing. But what the hell? Is this just an Inside Out 2 situation where people are just so desperate for something somewhat normal that things like Twisters is succeeding? Badger, what are your thoughts?
I will say it's rather bold of them to just wanted to... I have to show this picture first. If they were going to go with a woman in STEM, I am surprised that we chose this particular woman. I mean, she's almost shockingly close to a redhead. I just saying. Normally, it would look a little more Kim Bellary.
Looks pretty cute.
Yeah, and then Glenn Powell. Like, I wonder if he's going to get oversaturated. But
well, we might have an
article
article
has cleavage
about that.
Well, they don't have. They never.
It kind of shocked me a little bit when I saw the cleavage when I was looking for things for the thumbnail. Gooch, seems like you got something to say.
No, I was just gonna say that I'm surprised Pedro Pascal is not in this movie. It's like the guys and everything. I just watched this animation preview, and of course, who's one of the vocals? Pedro Pascal. I'm like, what the? He's like in everything, and it's just
fucking
like I'm
beer
really,
commercial.
Yeah, I'm really hating this guy now. So.
Oh no, sons, I'm pro ginger. I'm just saying normally instead of a ginger or something related, we would have gotten someone highly melanated, is all I'm saying, if we were going along with the message. I'm just saying it's shocking choice in this day and age that they got two whitey, cishet, normative, patriarchy, matriarchy, yin-yang together. It's a shocking choice.
That's the chick from *Halt and Catch Fire*, right?
Is it?
I don't know. I will double check.
That's the actress from *Halt and Catch Fire*. Someone in the chat, I forget her name.
I'm the producer here. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, I did think that, by the way. I mean, not with the insult that discount provides. I was like, oh, she does look very similar to Karen Gillan.
Daisy Edgar Jones, who gets the first billing on IMDb.
You just put an S. Predator, Predators, Aliens, Twister, Twisters. Yeah. Earthquakes.
I don't think it is. What movie were you wondering about?
Deep Impact.
It's TV series *Halt and Catch Fire*.
Both. I need more proof.
I think so. Doesn't look
need more proof that he's officially box office. That he's not another. What's the do? Sam Worthington.
Well, I mean, this might be showing it. And then, like, what we have next is he's going to be Running Man.
I'm not sure he can replace. Is this because of or in spite of?
Well, hey, I would rather get him over and over than Kumail Nanjiani as Booster Gold. That's for sure. I'm surprised Kumail's not in Gladiator 2.
To be fair, that is a rumor still. Not official that he's Booster Gold. Just doesn't. It meets all the check marks. They would do something like that.
Yes. Yeah, unfortunately, these days.
And then it looks like there's a
Sam not Worthington.
There's two Latinos in the movie as well.
Well,
so
it is also like, isn't it supposed to be like in the southern?
Oh, well, yeah, that would make sense.
I mean, the man, probably. Based on the shirt that he's wearing, I would assume.
So yeah, plenty of diversity, and then it's just like we keep talking about the formula. The formula is so simple, and this seems like a movie they probably just went full formula on, and it works. It doesn't have to be the absolute best. Maybe put a little twist on the formula. They keep wanting to do big twist and really inverting things and subverting expectations. Oh yeah, whoops. Sorry.
Wait, real quick. Just Phoenix. All I need to know is, are you upset as a fan of Genshin? Are you upset that there's not more like they base people on tribal, so why didn't they just make them tribal? And then people would complain that they made them tribal. But are you upset, or do you think it's a much ado about nothing, and that the actual fans don't care? But even the voice actors are saying that, yeah, if they're going to base game characters on these things, that they should include them in, and then even though it's a fictional thing for another culture, I don't know.
It's a bunch of Asian women. So okay, you want to be able to voice non-Asian women characters?
It just, once you start going down this road, it has one final end point, and that's where only the people of said group.
Yeah. Only in our
Mm-hmm.
asinine clown world is segregation somehow like, the ultimate form of progressiveness and inclusivity. It's like,
just real quick, that's what I thought too. The Omega Ranger for 10. It's for you, buddy.
After Biden got coofed this week, people on Reddit had a huge meltdown. Literally minutes after announcing he'd step down if he had medical problems, he caught the coof probably as he said those words. The comments were, "We're in a big surge," or "Everyone will get long coof." These degenerates embody the "I'm with stupid" shirt. Currently, all of us in America are "I'm being led by stupid" right now. So honestly, and with the assassination attempt, we don't get to be very judgy for this month. I say we let people forget about this bit, and then we can go back being really, really judgy.
Do you think it's a coincidence that this is all of a sudden resurges?
Oh, well,
they're
it's
trying to
summer.
sell that shit.
Well, but it's also like summer flu. You always get the summer bug that goes around.
I just kind of wonder sometimes.
I just want to say that this was my take too.
I'll get my aluminum foil hat if you want.
You're going to need it, because I sort of want to talk about him.
Well, CrowdStrike is back in the news again, so we could be doing 2019 all over.
Did we? When I wasn't looking, did you mention this? Is that why you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's why we were equating it to I don't know if it's popular because of him or in spite of him, or if he is, you know what I'm saying, or if he's going to just be pushed as another Sam.
Feel like it's
Worthington.
The name, kind of like Inside Out 2 situation, which had 154 mil opening, is at 1.4 billion worldwide. Like Dune Part 2 only hit 711 mil, and that thing was so good. Wait, Godzilla Kong basically made the same amount as Dune. Let's see, Despicable Me 4. This is what I was wondering about, because I thought this might do really well with Inside Out 2. And the people I've polled, the family members, they said they liked it just as much as Inside Out 2. Already getting towards $500 million worldwide. I hate to say it, but Disney is going to make some money. And then obviously what Despicable Me's Universal. Right?
Are they, though? Is Disney going to make some money? I think.
No, because it's going to be nullified by all their losses.
Yeah, I was going to say
exactly.
Loss, but that's about it.
But less losses. I mean, like Deadpool and Wolverine is going to help them, not hurt them.
What did we just see that with? There was all their losses just got wiped out by or their successes got wiped out by all.
But there's still a lot of lawsuits that are happening. There's over 200 plus lawsuits. So,
but unfortunately, we do live in a stupid world where you just have to keep the revenue cycle flowing and the investors happy. So.
We got all the green names right here, ABF. You just let us know when you're ready.
ABF came back. He's like, I need more names.
Jesus Christ! I'm modding this ABF too. I wanna have all 5 of his accounts modded.
ABF.
The ABF mod squad.
Gifted Nerd Wars memberships. Everyone just got hit.
He breaks we have Enoch Lamont, the destroyer of Streamlabs. It needs to be ABF, the destroyer of chat, because once he drops that 50 bomb, the chat is unusable after
ABF. He hit me with a hug last night, and I could see in Erwin's eyes that he wanted a hug too. And ABF hugs. He gets everyone eventually, and it's much welcome.
Long live Macedonia.
I could use a hug. ABF, you ever heard that?
Very huggable over there.
Yeah, very huggable.
Smells like maple syrup. All those Canadians do.
Hypno was trying to beg him to come over on the channel, and it works. So hey.
No, ABF, dude. I'm glad you made it back. Did you get sick like Jeremy? I heard you got con crud from RNC con crud, basically.
Oh, really?
It happens. It's the one thing.
Yeah, they were hanging out together, when you go to each other.
Vitamin C, colloidal silver.
I was going to say, so I'm going to the meetup, Gabe, I'll tell you, meetup. I am going to be all the vitamin C's and colloquial
Correct.
Yeah,
silver.
get your colloidal silver. You know?
Colloidal.
That's the stuff I use too. That's literally. I haven't had a cold since I had that.
When I used to work at the doctor's office, we had this medical grade stuff called Argentine 23. This is same company, but it's not the medical grade. But yeah, it's still good stuff.
Also, I want to say the first person that ABF got was Scooby Pup, and then Hoodie D, and then Suns and Shadows. Like immediately was like, "How are you guys not green?" And he went up, he kicked him in the back of the knees, put him down like this, and he said, "You're a green now, baby. You're a green." And then he followed it by, "It's just a prank, bro." Actually, wait, since he popped up and went so crazy, I needed to yell about this a little bit. So this gives me some real Acolyte vibes, where the good guy is the bad guy and the bad guy is the good guy. Now Alec Baldwin is suing the government for being corrupt by purposely throwing his fucking case out the window. Like he's the victim now, guys. Oh my God.
I mean, he went through months of press and just he had to deal with people dying and
Sonia.
This is when you just be quiet, shut up, and just let it go. You just let it go and carry on. This is that moment, Alex.
Right, but he's a monster, though.
He is. He's a moron.
He's gonna write his book If I Did It.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just a prank, bro.
And his documentary reality show will be there to cover it every step of the way.
Oh yeah.
Right. This is me filing the lawsuit,
Yeah. I'm signing the papers now.
Right. I'm
talking to my lawyers.
Jesus.
Hoodie D, GTM me, where are you coming on here and tell us how you like Twisters? Hoodie D, I don't see a DM from you. All right, we actually do. Let's go back to some Twisters now that now that we're done getting completely derailed by ABF every time he shows up.
As it should be.
Yeah, I forget I'm streaming. I start picking money up off the floor. You made a real mess over here, ABF. Thankfully, I got some good people to help.
The things you do for money, Erwin.
I know. Wait. Okay. Well, Twister. I'm adding Twister to the list. ABF. If there's another movie you got in mind, let me know. Otherwise, we can pull up the watch list a little bit later.
He keeps adding them
Twister
instead of watching them.
Me, dude. Yes. I've been crushing it. I just recently, dude. I've been doing nothing but this stuff. You guys have literally made my job watching movies, playing video games, and. Well, I read comics and manga on my own. Man, I need a manga channel.
This is actually a perfect chance since we're all holding out for Deadpool.
Well, I just want to say, Bad Boys Ride or Die, 56 million, and everyone wrote stories about how that was so big. It was huge that it made so much money, and this is going to make quite a bit more than that. Twisters. All right, Badger, what were you pulling up?
The ad campaign for Deadpool.
Yes.
Has been insane. I haven't watched the full thing, let us.
My hopes
maybe
are all the way
come
up.
on. Maybe they'll come on the stream.
Hey there, welcome back to the Deadpool and Honey Badger podcast. Boy, the soundtrack for Deadpool and Wolverine is a real banger. Am I right? Right on brand. He is awful at podcasting. That's okay, because today we're here to listen. That's right. I've prepared a supercut of all of your grunting from the film. Just like that. That was, I believe, that one. Do we get that? That was a good one. Roll it. That was a good one. Hey. Yeah, not a good idea. No, we'll go with music from now on. I hate you. Oh.
Yeah. All right, you can just stop it.
One thing I can say is he looks Wolverine now. He aged. He looks more like Logan. Yeah, he looks grizzled and
yeah.
Speaking of honey badgers, I might actually have a new Saturday show starting here on the next few weeks with a honey badger specifically. Honey Badger Arcade.
Honey Badger Arcade.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
I'm
surrounded by badgers.
Take the internet. Well, some a little bit more actual badgers than others, more weasel adjacent, but that's all right. They had a very clever marketing scheme with those goddamn pistachios and things like that. That's all right, though. That's all right. Yeah.
I mean,
I like ferrets too. I mean,
Ryan.
He's not. He's a ferret.
all Marmites are acceptable. You know.
So Ryan sold his gin
Honey Badger
company
Arcade is
for a ton of money, and then he's got Cricket Wireless or whatever. He's got his own green.
He
Mint,
sold that
Mint Mobile or whatever. Yeah, like
gin,
the dude can
aviation
make
gin.
Yeah, that's what I said, for a bunch of fucking money. And this dude like knows how to market, and he's been put to very good use. And I didn't care about this at the beginning, and then when that first trailer came out, I'm like, oh. And then I was a little more, and it keeps building up, and I am at full hype, and I understand why some people aren't and are really worried. I also understand why ABF's I'm not giving Disney any of my money. I will get a review copy off the internet. But I'm excited. It feels good. And the worry is gone currently, and I'm in hype mode. And once it finishes, I read the first 2 Deadpools from Daniel Way, and I really enjoyed them. And there's a 3rd and 4th collected edition, and I'm probably going to end up buying it if I really enjoy the movie. So it just shows good stuff. People will then buy the merchandise. The Acolyte. Oh man, I should pull up the Acolyte toys. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, because what would you buy from them beyond Wolverine and his outfit? And then maybe third party, so you're not giving your money to anyone related to them. To those people.
I actually, you sent me that awfully pretty looking Poison Ivy. And so I might have looked up my Deadpool statue. And turns out McFarlane's got one coming here in a month or 2. That looks freaking amazing.
Oh, yeah. I almost showed that to you, but I wasn't sure. It's because it's very stylized. McFarlane got the license to do not figures, but statues for Marvel, because they do multiverse figures for DC, obviously.
Pull you up at stage. What I like is they have the background in the bottom with the explosion and whatnot. They call it a scale, 1/10 scaled pose figure with scene. I like the whole scene thing, and then he's got a little bookshelf and some other thing, a nice little Deadpool. It's only $30, and for McFarlane, what the heck? I'm buying that. So there we go. I'm probably gonna buy 2 comic books and a figure if I really like the Deadpool and Wolverine movie.
Well, I got I brought this down the other day. I still have the popcorn.
Oh, nice! You got it?
So
yeah. Wait, is that the hole in the back of the head one, right? Because the mouth and
side of the head, right?
Oh yeah.
And I just put my tooth on there. Yeah,
that's
funny. What the heck? Yeah, that's. Remember when you used to make good things and you could sell a bunch of merchandise? That was a good idea. So, I don't know what sort of Twisters merchandise they're going to have, but the audience score was 91% or something like that? 92%?
Oh, Rat's not going to like that.
92% with over 1,000 verified, and I wanted to go through a few of them. I had zero interest in seeing this. I was like, well, it'd just be to see a movie because there's nothing else out the week, and I got an unlimited pass. But now I'm like, I actually kind of want to see it. Love it. I only want to know why in the movie the wiper stayed on. Lol. Nice similarities with originals. Good action. Special effects were great. Very good action movie. Some of them are a little bodier. As a standalone movie, it was enjoyable. My issue with that is very similar to the original Twister, which that's the question. Do you make something new, or do you take the formula and then kick it up a notch?
How do you reinvent a Twister movie? You're going after
true.
I mean, there's no real way to amp it up or do something.
Instead of sharks that turn into a Sharknado, they could have a tornado that turns into a shark.
Right.
Aliens land and tornadoes happen. Alien-nado. Make it happen.
Yes. Better than I expected. Similar story arc.
Gooch-nado.
Oh God! Hatch your kids, hatch your wife. Good character development and doesn't rely solely on special effects.
I don't know if I want to get caught up in the eye of that storm.
Couple good twists in the storyline too. If we're seeing at the movie theater, the brown eye of the storm. Great movie. I found myself involuntarily holding my breath. Action packed. Love it. So it seems like they're giving the fans what they want. Which is something we've been talking about the last several days, about giving the fans what they want. And it seems like what Deadpool and Wolverine is probably going to do.
It is time that we give the fans what they want.
Oh, you grabbed them. Yes, and it looks so bad.
God. Oh, my God.
That soul. That's Soul, dude. He's so grumpy because he's the actual villain.
Upon this ground, I shall build my church. Yeah.
Who's
the shit
the
they
little
want to do?
Who's the little white girl in the
That's
the
Jackie,
brown
you
guy?
bigot. That's
That is
X23.
David Bowie. That is
I don't
David
remember
Bowie.
them.
Hashtag Yord Horde.
Were they
By
in
the
like
way-
the earlier episodes? Did they build up a bunch of characters just to
Just
randomly
like
kill
so
them
you can
off?
see,
out of
it's
nowhere?
all of them. And yes, this fucking
None.
helmet is still coming out.
Ooh, wait, the one right next to that ocean one. I want to see that one.
I hope it has
The one with
authentic
the
flexing
effects right
action
here?
like
Yeah.
it did in the show.
Oh my
This is
god!
gonna
they
be
made
like
You want
the,
OSHA with Pip accessory?
This is going to
Jesus
be like
Christ.
the ET, the video game.
I'm surprised that one isn't made by Adam and Eve.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. It comes with the holster and everything. That's the light holster because they get very heavy and sweaty. So she just has the leather bands there.
I just want to buy it for the Pip personally. My favorite character from the show,
Fuck
Pip.
out of here.
Yeah, I agree, Jama. Where is the Mog and the Basil figures? Come on.
So, yeah, and honestly,
I mean-
where's the stranger? Where's the one fucking cool character that people might have actually bought?
I know that was my first thought.
It's everyone, May OSHA, and all the main Jedi.
Where's
And
Plagueis?
then-
Well,
Yeah,
he's a
where-
stranger, so they didn't know how to
bro,
get
yeah.
a hold of him. You know,
Where's Plagueis?
You went, where's Plagueis? I'm like, Plagueis? What are you? And I remembered Plagueis is in that.
By the way, I already have this one pre-ordered. Just saying, because I'm a
The
real
Palpatine?
fan. The Palpatine, Darth Sidious.
Nerd.
Yeah. Anyway, just showing you that that shit is going to not be doing well.
showing up in the
guarantee you.
clearance aisle near you.
Yeah, well, I do occasionally.
Yeah,
Like, I'll be finding it at Ross,
exactly.
for sure.
Well, once a month or so, I try to go up to Ollie's because they have like $4 like trades, and it's so good. And then I go check the toy aisle. That's all Ahsoka, Admiral Holdo, the Wakanda Forever, and the Eternals. I see the Eternals everywhere. Those things are never going to be off of shelves. And then I know any Acolyte stuff that actually gets made, which hopefully they're well. Actually, I don't hope they're smart enough to not make very many of them, but I can't. I will let you guys know the second I see them at Ollie's.
Yeah. Well, I believe the Eternals was referring to their shelf life.
Yes, correct.
Bro, if they make a Mog figure,
You're gonna get it, and then
Well,
have it. Like,
if
I mean,
this
you
was
have to.
good and they were smart, yeah, they'd have a Kiadi Mundi, a Keanu Monday. They'd have a Yoda version. They'd have Plagueis. Yeah, they'd have all of them if they were fucking smart.
Sonia asked very nicely, guys, if you could please leave a like for Sonia. I mean, we don't really care, do what you want. But for Sonia, guys, please leave a like. Thank you.
That's right. Think of Sonia.
I like you.
Thoughts on Edgar Wright Running Man remake with Glenn Powell to star, the guy we were just talking about in Twister.
Why
All right.
all these remakes? Why?
But
Remember
Edgar
when
Wright.
I said I'd kill you last?
God.
I lied.
What was the
This
last
is not
The
need to
Gooch
go.
sounds excited.
remake of this that we just did that I was like, this is like Running Man? For sure, Gamer with
Maze Runner?
no.
Oh yeah, we were just talking about this.
Yeah,
yeah.
I know, right? There was another thing that had. Oh no, it was when Jubilee was in the thing, maybe, and it was like it felt like Running Man.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
the point is, this idea of someone chased and then novelty characters coming, it's like fuck it. So they're just gonna straight up do it again. This is where good. I'm happy this is happening because this is where we're gonna find out whether Glenn can, because this is what normally separates the chaff.
But
And this
movie.
isn't.
we've seen this trope way too much. Like he's had the maze with
And this is
what's his
this is
name?
happening. Maze
We've
Runner,
had-
and this is happening. It starts filming
Yeah.
in the fall too. This isn't just like reports.
Oh, like
We'll see.
there's
We'll
too
see
much
what
of it.
personality he can muster for this character, because that's a fucking Arnold and a Maria
Oh, it's a
Conchita
Stephen-
Alonso or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a Stephen King book. I did not realize that.
Okay, so right
What
now, will they
isn't-
do an
what
accurate
isn't
book?
a Stephen King book though?
Will they do an accurate book adaptation, or will they do an Arnold Running Man remake?
Did you hear what you just said there?
I know, right?
Could they
Because
never
that's the
do an
thing.
actual?
Yeah, right. They'll do the thing off of the famous thing
Yeah,
out there.
yeah.
Well, because sometimes they get ballsy and they go, no. I know you saw it, but we're going to do an accurate version of it this time.
Yeah,
But not in this timeline, right?
No.
So I want to
can't do
know. I want to know your guys' thoughts on whether or not you believe this. So Powell goes on to add that Edgar Wright is the one director he's been dying to collaborate with. In 2008, after moving to LA, he wrote a list of directors he wished he could work with, and Edgar Wright was supposedly the top of the list. And then Edgar Wright, apparently at the top of his list of things to remake, was apparently The Running Man. Do you believe that?
That makes me think it might be what Big Rat Killer here is confirming, that they might actually be adapting the book. And I know Gooch, what makes me say that we're both wrong is that but they hired a straight white dude for the star. That alone should make you think that maybe they're open to actual, unless it's a capitulation, the DEI tax still must be paid.
Well, I think they're changing tactics over the course of events.
See, we hear that too. That's why I'm like, is this maybe one of the first? We see the course correction.
No. What I mean by changing tactics is in because it's a given. It's a given that Trump's winning. So the next cycle of how they fuck with us is what do they call it? Safety and fairness, which is the digital dark age of censorship. Abide by our terms of service, or it's like what they just did to YouTube this week.
Or we'll turn your brain chip off.
Right. Because now I believe the F word is demonetization here on YouTube land. So I mean, it's just going to get more.
Which of those F words? The fun one for British cigarettes?
No, I think definitely that one. But I think the more common utility word.
I think it's as long as you don't say it within the first 7 seconds.
All right. Well, because I don't know, I constantly hear stuff shifting and changing, and there's I don't pay.
Don't you dare curse on my fucking channel, there, John.
That's
Jesus
right.
Christ,
I've been on my best behavior so far today.
I
even wore a tie. I took this all seriously.
Calm down.
It's like a job interview, and I'm not gonna get it.
Well, you're going up against Gooch. Yeah, Gooch, our other interviewee.
I know. That's why I said I'm not going to get it.
Well, I'm trying to type into the chat and it won't let me. So, Sonia, what's up, girl?
But that's okay.
Sorry.
I was Badger's understudy for a day. Because I was the first person standing around in line. But
no, we preferred, as Scooby Pup knows, indentured servant around here. Okay, you're an indentured servant.
Some new kid around these parts.
Back on his original. Yeah, we're gonna have 5 different modded ABF accounts before long.
And yeah, YouTube has been really weird on Firefox. It won't even let me chat. Every time I sign in, it signs me right back out. I have to go on Google Chrome or something. And also, Brave is weird sometimes.
And on Wednesday, it wouldn't let me send in a chat for the longest time when you were on. Film Threat.
I've had a couple of comments. Just not post this week. There's just all sorts of weird stuff happening.
Yeah, all sorts of weird stuff like, hey, there's 5 free memberships for you guys.
Because it is because you have fucking YouTube Premium.
I'm still seeing grays in chat. What the heck, guys?
You are a very generous man. Anyone ever tell you this?
I get
beautiful spirit.
I get 10 a month. You guys need to help remind me, and I'll give you guys the 10 free gifties.
Quick question: how much do you think Wolverine and Deadpool is going to make?
Question is, does it hit 2 billion? As far as I'm concerned, that's
more than
the hype I'm
Baby
seeing.
Driver sequel or Barbarella. 2 billion? That's crazy. I'm willing to say it'll hit a bill.
Yeah,
it's going to hit a bill for sure.
Inflation alone will assure that.
So Joker, just by a little bit, crossed 1 billion, and we'll talk about that here in a moment. I just don't know how.
I just looked at for seats for this weekend, opening weekend. A lot of open seats.
Oh, really? I see. Yeah. I do live in a dense city, as Mr. Rat likes to remind me.
Yeah, around me was because I thought I was gonna have to change it because the only time it plays on Thursday is the same time we start the stream. So I was looking around to try to switch it, and they weren't super full. But it's the weekend. I imagine they'll be.
Yeah,
packed.
I was gonna say. I joke when I say 2 billion. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna hit over 1 billion. The question is can it hit how far over that billion? So yeah, but if we get people going to see it, that's gonna be the question. If it's good.
It seems like it would have more mainstream appeal than Joker. Joker was so depressing. I don't understand how it made so much money.
My point is, if this has a bunch of fucking badass cameos and catharsis and moments for all of them, and it has a bunch of rewatching in-game had, then it definitely could hit a 1.2, 3, 4, 5 at the highest.
So I just rewatched Deadpool 1 and 2, and 1 is so good. I'd give a 9. The second one I'd give 8.5, maybe going a little bit lower.
8.5? Oh wow.
His rating is weird. His rating is weird. He has to.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like 8.5 is what I would say.
He bases it on how interested and engaged he is through the whole movie.
Oh, you're not looking at it objectively.
And well, he's got other qualifications, but it's
as far as like structure and pacing and lots of stuff too. And I mean,
what was
I'm
the
quite happy
storyline
with
for
it.
number 2? What was the storyline for number 2?
Like full storyline?
Well, you know when you want to see how he explains it.
He finally has his woman, but she gets killed by gangsters and whatnot, so it makes him all super depressed and blah 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 blah. And then that makes him end up becoming an X-Man because he tries to blow himself up, and then while being an X-Man, he has to go help the worst character in the movie, who is totally evil, straight up reminds me of Osha and May so much.
But what was the plot of the movie? Deadpool helps Cable fight a villain from the future. Tried to stop a villain from the future from happening.
Yeah. Terrible script.
It's not good.
The only thing that saves those movies is Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds.
No, and someone has pointed that out. A rat, I think, pointed that out too. Also, it's like,
that's it. Like, and when they're doing Wolverine and Deadpool, which apparently is not a third Deadpool movie, it's just going to be nostalgia bait.
Yes,
it's full nostalgia because now we have X-23. They've announced that she's part of the.
They shouldn't have shown that in the trailer, even if we could guess that it happened.
And we got Xavier's twin in the movie.
I worry about that.
Yeah, because like, who's going to know who the hell that is? Like, no one's going to know.
I worried about it for a different reason, but yes, also who's going to know who that is?
Yes, and for that reason as well. I agree with you, Badger.
Yes. Pattern recognition is a victim to all of us. Yes, but I am hopeful, and even with like key jangling nostalgia, I'm looking at more like we're all saying goodbye. It has to be key jangling because that's what it is. We're saying goodbye to all.
We did with Logan. We did.
But there's all the other 20th Century Fox.
But we now have to say hello and goodbye to yellow comic book accurate costume.
You say goodbye, and I'll say hello.
Indeed.
Hello. Yeah. I don't know.
I am easy to please. Easy to please.
Phrasing.
And Gladiator's a 7.
Back with that one too.
Gladiator's a 7.5, and Joker's a 7. And Blazing Saddles was terrible. I am easy to please. If I am not pleased, it's not my fault. I am very, very easy to please.
Okay.
God, where did I hear that before? Oh, my ex-wife. Yes.
All right. So in today's segment, so we had Who the Hell Asked for This success story with the Twisters, followed by a Who the Hell Asked for This failure story. New Rebel Moon project confirmed by Zack Snyder. Story and cast details reveal. Prequel story. And then this is where it gets weird. It's not a movie or a show. It's a podcast. And the main person voicing it is V.
Hold on. What?
It's an audio adventure, John. You old old people love that the radio talkies. You guys love that stuff,
right? But is it like? But it's a podcast in the contextual story world of Star Wars.
No.
Okay, so all right, good.
Rebel Moon, John.
The not Star Wars.
It's like Star Wars, but it's so bad passed on it.
Right, that's right.
It is set in a universe controlled by the Motherworld, Hail Clinton, and their armed force known as the Imperium. The burgeoning Rebel Moon franchise features an array of characters played by an ensemble cast of people I don't care about except for maybe Jamon Hunsu, who am doing blue. But man, the main character is so unlikable. People complain about like her. Man, when you look at the main character, Rebel Moon, Lucy is a whole lot more likable in my opinion. Okay. Badge, I see you got Badge. Did you hear? We're getting an audio adventure of a Rebel Moon prequel for some reason.
Yeah,
Cool. It can go along with the audio adventure of that 13th Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who that's coming back for audio adventures, because that's what we do now. Clinton House for 20. Got to head out for a bit. Next stream, though, check out Soul Frame. They did a live stream with proper gameplay just before yours with the devs. PC stream launch initially later this year launch. Did the devs call everyone racist and sexist in the chat, or did they just talk about the gameplay? Just want to know what their tactic is. Yeah. This seems to be two schools of thought these days. You either immediately call everyone bigots and horrible, or you just show good gameplay. I can't decide which one they're going to choose.
That is part of game design.
It's Warframe. I was gonna joke if it was. I was gonna ask if it was Warframe, but it's called Soulframe. What the hell? Because I love me some Warframe.
Hey, do you know how much this gamer word has listened to like NPR and Alex Jones? Yeah, he's listened to all the radio talk shows. Yeah, 100%.
Literally, it was because I worked at a car dealership, and I for a lot of it I took pictures. So I'd be in and out of cars. So I didn't really have anything to listen to but the radio. And I hate mainstream public radio because it's so bad and there's so many commercials. So I would just listen to like conservative talk radio, like some Rush Limbaugh and stuff. Even though, I didn't necessarily always agree with them. And then that's what got me Alex Jones, whatnot, which then got me on BAM, which then got me to create Nerd Wars. Which is why I'm here now is literally the radio talking.
It fucking sounded familiar, like Soulframe, Warframe. I'm like, I wondered if, okay.
I know. I was going to make a joke, but I was like, no, that's too good to be true. And then I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh my God, it is too good to be true. Oh my, it looks, I'm interested. So it's like a more of a fantasy rather than sci-fi. Color me intrigued. And I will say, so Warframe, that's one of those free-to-play games that I gave like $300 to. Zero regrets whatsoever. It was such a good game.
Plays it a lot. I've played it for a while.
Yeah. Deadpoolio then. Like, keep me up to date. I want to know if
because it's when I went in, I was like, oh, I don't even remember this fucking game. So like, it would probably be best to just make a new character at this point.
I know. I had so much stuff though. I don't have my PlayStation Network account anymore.
By the way, she doesn't do commercials. Guess what? I do. Make sure to subscribe to this good Canadian right there.
Oh, whatever.
Brilliant breakdowns.
Thank you. I
do an X-Men 97 every Tuesday. Really looking forward to it. What costume will I wear this Tuesday?
Yes.
Yeah, this guy is his channel. I don't understand. He streams all the time and his channel grows. People love it. It's weird. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah,
I understand how he does it.
Subscribe to him now so you can be like, oh, I was sub to Gooch when he was only 10,000 viewers.
Clearly, he has a pact with Lucifer.
Plus,
look at his demon shirt. He has a spawn on it. No,
we got that new Batman show coming out, and it sounds like a couple of us might be getting roped into being on those streams. So
I'm doing it. Roping everyone.
It's Batman. How can you not?
Sonia, I'm going to be inviting you on to the show here shortly. I'm going to go and invite Steph too. We need to get more ladies on here. No offense, John.
Get Sonia on here.
What?
Keep the jokes. Yes, the stream would like to get on Sonia. No, God.
Man. Okay. Just fucking smell the thirst in the air all of a sudden. It was like, what? Someone in the desert could smell water.
I tried to hold it in. Okay, well, no, Sonia's got us a little too worked up, so we'll have Amandla to soften things up a little bit. How about that? So, have you seen this one? Explains why her Sith Acolyte is unlike anything we've seen before. This is from, you might need to check this out if you need any more videos. Entertainment Weekly.
Yeah.
Okay, the way they described it angered me even.
Interesting.
So Leslie Headland's intent was on showing that Osha had not been manipulated into making her decision, that she made it on her own and it was autonomous, because that means she herself turned evil, and you can't even blame it on a bad guy. She is just inherently evil. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Stop. Stop
they
making
foreshadowed it all the way at the beginning. In the very first episode, when they asked Osha what she did the night before, she said, what evil rest they just don't brag about or whatever the shit. So, that was foreshadowing from a bad writer.
Foreshadowing. I was going to say, that's right. It's Joe. Soon talk. He's very good.
These two. Yeah.
Shout out. Yeah, no. Fun time over there.
this is Amanda Law. I think something that was really important for Leslie in constructing Osha, and to me as well, was that the choices that she makes are autonomous choices. She doesn't have a straight white man making her choices for her. She's not manipulated.
She makes her artistic.
She's not manipulated into the choices she makes. They're reactive. Of course, they're responsive to this windfall of information that she gets about her life and the things that have shaped it. So it's, you can't even say, oh, she's actually good. She just got manipulated and tricked into it. No, you can't even say the. It's so bad. And every time we read what actually is going on, it's even fucking worse.
Bro, if you watched the show last night, we all were dying at the end when they were talking about the lightsabers being a phallic symbol and the fucking Force cave from The Last Jedi being a moist hole and a vagina analogy. God. I fucking shit you not. It broke me when I read it. God. Yeah. That is this was actually, and it was Collider. Let me just show. This was the that made me, you know, when people talk about like they're obsessed with sexuality and gender and all that, and like a lot of times I think that's said in like hyperbole to make a dramatic example, but this was the one where I was like, oh no, it really is all just dicks and pussies to them. It really is. The lightsaber's a phallic symbol, and the dark side cave is a moist cave, and everything is an analogy, and everything goes back to their peepees.
Let's head on back to the moist cave and
we only saw
insane.
We only saw.
You want to watch your language with peepees?
Peepees.
We only saw one gun.
It's juvenile.
One gun, and it wasn't a normal gun because that's too phallic. She had the weird blunderbuss shotgun, which was actually honestly more phallic, and then shot a circle, shot like a ring, a nice female bullet.
And they do indeed
That's
make
a
the
diaphragm.
analogy.
That's when you turn the safety off. They call the safety the diaphragm.
Yeah, the safety's still on.
We all made the joke about the bleeding of the lightsaber crystals and all that. Guess what? You make the joke. They did that intentionally. It's fucking supposed to have analogies of her bleeding, her emotion all over the over
that time of the month.
Hey, I just want you guys to know that lightsaber's only red one week of out of the month.
I already made the period joke.
But that's we've all made the jokes. It's there. It's right there.
Yeah, I know. It's so obvious. Yeah.
There was a kiss on the table with Osha and Chimera, and he came up with that ending.
Sonia out here earning her 10% commission. Psychotic Mongoose. Hell, our official Nerd Wars greeter. Oh, God.
Bro, I got emotional damage from this fucking show.
Emotional damage.
You haven't greeted me while I'm on the show.
That's what we were talking about. Yeah, I love it. That's what we were talking about yesterday is how, so the lightsaber is the wiener and then the big hole is the feminine thing.
And they literally thirst trapped it. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but this is Manny talking about his character. And when you get to the end, they were just supposed to be standing there looking out. And he's the one that said, hey, let me put my hand and hold her hand at the end, basically. And he says,
just in case you didn't realize she was evil.
And also, no, dummy, don't you get it? The Jedi are evil. They're just two people with freedom and in love. I think it alludes to something more romantic, but it also alludes to something I think a lot of Star Wars fans, a lot of new tourist Disney Star Wars fans are yearning for. In this IP, you have the ships like Reylo. This is what he thinks. You have the ships like Reylo, and you have all those relationships that people just innately want to see. These romantic relationships people want to see in Star Wars. So Leslie was like, give the people what they want.
So he's gone from Smilo-Ren to Simpo-Ren.
Let's lean into this, and let me just hopefully we can explore more of that again and blah blah blah. But this is where he's basically says that they leaned into that thirst. So they thirst trapped you.
Who watches Star? Like seriously, who watches Star Wars anymore? But
not us, because my YouTuber, my normie homie has not watched it yet and said he's heard so much bad shit, not even from my corner, but just in general, that he doesn't even want to try watching it.
But I'm just talking like when you set up like a franchise like Star Wars, it gets passed down to the youth every decade, right? Like, you know, you're setting up for other generations to watch this iconic series. It's done. Like it's like because kids don't even talk about Star Wars. And adults don't want to watch it, don't want to pass it on to their kids.
The only thing will happen is adults will pass it on to their kids, but it'll be us passing on the first 6 movies and then never watch this.
Yeah,
this isn't.
I just got into Star Wars
maybe
finally.
Rogue One.
I got
Oh,
a
sure,
bunch of
sure.
1970s comic strips. That's how I'm getting into Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm not saying, and I got a lovely comment, by the way, from someone that had watched the Star Wars funeral and had said, like, something you said really resonated. I was like, oh, what dumb shit that I said. But it was the thing that we always say, that no matter what Disney does, there is an entire, from 2013,
Yes.
I'll give them 13 a year because the first year had some good stuff, and previously of just good comics and books and the micro Clone Wars and games that you can't take that away. So we'll always have that. But yeah, no, this the more they talk about the Acolyte and the more they tell you what they think that they were doing, the more terrifying it is. This is where
here's my hope with that, Badger. I'm hoping kids get into that because I'm in the comic shops. I'm actually going after this to my comic shop. I see little kids buying older issues here, and I'm hoping we see kids see what they've done to Star Wars as they grow up and say, I want to get back to the OG, and hopefully they get to position that they can create some good content. That's my worry, because I feel like creativity is done for these kids.
It's gonna take like real quick. Okay, so and then Jedi Master.
Hell, seppuku. Thank you, Homer.
This is the one also when they were talking about that he's a toxic father that overprotects her, and that even when he's being killed, he gives her permission to kill him. It's okay, and that is like. You can't even let her get a satisfactory kill because you're like, it's okay, it's so good. And that's when this is the interviewer. And then that's when she says, there's this thing that's being called benign sexism. And part of it is this paternal protectionism.
Like how all those women you fed to Harvey Weinstein really needed some paternal protectionism in their life.
I have to protect you from everything. I have to make sure you're okay. That is. And I've heard Jordan Peterson talk about this a lot. That's something that happens with mothers. Mothers are overprotected. Fathers are the ones that go out there, boy, get on. And because of the lack of the fathers, and in a lot of these households where it's no offense, because there's a lot of strong mommies like Lady Aaron D's and my own, and I'm not saying, but like in general, that is something that happens, and they become mama's boys, protected mama's boys. I've never fucking heard of paternal protectionism. The benign
well, like that is a new phrase for 2024.
Yes, it is.
Jewish comedians, 10% of their jokes about how overprotective their mothers are.
Yeah. If I could actually read some, because
Italian moms.
It pertains to what you're just talking about, like that phrase, like because this is the culture war kind of broken down. Like I wrote this thing, and so it's change the language.
What? Looking at notes is my thing, John. Jeez. Okay,
hey, I like I said, I'm trying to, try to like do it up today,
Learn from the best. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Change the language to create the debate. Create the debate to undermine the culture. Undermine the culture to revise the history. Revise the history to alter the facts. Alter the facts to change the language. And then it just keeps cycling over and over and over again.
1984 style.
And, yeah, that's where we're at.
Yeah, and people just get sucked into it, and you're like, how can you not understand? And then finally something affects them personally, and they finally wake the fuck up, like a lot of people are probably doing while watching The Acolyte. But with that scene with Soul, what was really important that, yes, she is possessed in a way by the dark side, but at the same time, she's having a human response to trauma. It's not her fault. He did this to her. He traumatized her by trying to save her from the actual trauma of the witches creating her out of thin air and torturing her into being their evil leader. And that was really important to build throughout the entire season. Really? We were very careful and had so many discussions around where Osha comes from and where she arrives to. They took a lot of discussion to have the worst arc ever. And something that was really important for her was that here's where you got to go. The problem is she didn't have a safe space. That she never really had an emotional outlet or a space within which she felt understood or could truly utilize her force use. If she had just had Star Wars shows with black non-binary lesbians in them, she would have felt seen and represented, and then she wouldn't have killed Soul.
And to that end, killing Soul, something I also really liked about She says something I really liked about that moment of killing Saul is that killing somebody is a very violent act inherently and is usually met by further violence. Except in this case, when Osha kills Saul, she's then met with compassion at every turn because the stranger greets her very compassionately, and then May. This is what pushes them to reconcile, and I think that's so beautiful. I think it's so beautiful that when she murdered someone, they met her with compassion and reconciled. What fucking morality are we doing here?
We're both psychotic. You're just like me. Sitta.
I saw someone say it's
get
like
one of those.
It's like a
You get one of
catharsis
those.
for her. She broke those chains of that trauma he caused, and now she's free to be herself. Now that she's free to be herself, when she doesn't have that paternal protection, she immediately goes off and becomes a fucking Sith acolyte.
Although I think in those closing moments, she is the Dama, and Smilo is
They
subbing
very-
her.
No,
Well, they
he
don't
was Big
clearly-
Spoon. The handhold, he was the Big Spoon. So
They're
power
in a
dynamics.
relationship. That's what that hand signifies. It's not a master Padawan. It's not a master pupil,
and
master.
him
Oh,
acolyte.
they're a dyad again.
Him getting all naked and him manipulating her, apparently, according to Screen Rant, did not happen. Even the franchise's earlier century Sith characters such as Vader have largely been approached as tragic figures who fall to the dark side had been carefully plotted by their eventual master. The whole thing was Smilo was plotting to get May. That didn't work out, so the whole thing is him plotting to get Osha, which he succeeds, and it was clear it was a careful plot by the eventual master. What the hell are they talking about? She chose to become the dark side.
Okay, so this is.
Good.
All right. Well, I was gonna say, like, this show has been nothing but symbology for like grooming and things like that. And this right here, what you just said, is part of it because it's the gaslighting to help kind of
Virgins.
break it.
He was saying virgins, not virgins. Okay, John. I think that's why a lot of people thought it was a little.
Yeah,
Right,
I know.
Right.
The virgin and virgins and then Jedi are pedophile jokes are funny, but they are plentiful and have been made. Yeah, Leslie has said that the stranger is her favorite character and the one that she views herself as. What does the stranger want? Freedom and an apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
And she's
She
Ursula.
learned something from Harvey.
She
know?
feels like she
Harvey was
feels
the one that peeked out from the cave from the
Right,
prison cell.
right. He was in the moist cave at that moment, peering out again.
She feels represented by villains. So if you wonder why she seems so evil, it's because she is. Gooch, what were your thoughts?
Nothing, because I didn't watch it. I don't care for it.
Oh.
I'm not buying into it.
Right.
And I'm just bluntly being honest. It's just
You saved yourself.
You talk about the good stuff. We talk about the bad stuff. And thank God you were there talking about the good stuff. Please subscribe to him.
That's why I go to Gucci's channel. Talk about the good stuff.
No, that's why I wasn't planning on watching
for
that
the
Batman.
most part.
Gooch brings hope. And
That might
like,
be 50-50
good
depending on
times.
case. Yeah, he brings hope to the darkness.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We have to go. I thought we were done with this brain rot. With the Acolyte Season 1 finale briefly hinting at Darth Plagueis' involvement very, very, very briefly, Osha may find herself the center of a far more intricate web. I don't care. I hope they all die. One where she does not even see the strands, drawing her closer toward the Sith Lord's dastardly endgame. I thought she wasn't being manipulated. I thought she was doing it all her own. Viewers, much like Osha, here's where you could be mad, Badger. You got dipped.
Oh,
on
holy
the
shit.
first
Hold
response. May even come to learn that they were being manipulated into rethinking the true nature of the Force without even realizing it. So we have had it manipulated in our brains, and the fact that we think they screwed up is actually the Sith Lords working on our brain, making them think the thread and magic isn't in Star Wars.
Right. Yes, and I just had a terrible realization while you were reading that. When she says that she identifies with the stranger, and we're sitting here joking about Plagueis being Harvey, and like they've got this young, naive, stupid girl who thinks she's like, somehow won the whole thing. I hope they do a season 2 and they sacrifice her in the first 5 minutes, because that would show exactly, because this would be more of what this thing is about, is just this whole kind of seduction play and bringing in
yes, it's a seduction play, but Screen Rant doesn't realize that she's being manipulated.
Right.
By Sith nipples. And Sith booty. We all know it.
Yeah,
I'm sure they'll get a second season based on these astounding watch.
Look at that beautiful rainbow graph.
Like,
yeah.
We also have Doctor Who might not get a second season. So yes, go ahead.
Yeah, no, if they ask for it, I'm sure she'll get it because even though these numbers are horrible, they can blame us for these numbers. And yeah.
And we were looking at the other day, and what most shocked me was that Boba Fett season 1 was just under Mandalorian season 3. So Mandalorian season 3 fell off so hard it just barely beat Book of Boba Fett.
Because it's like Andor actually, even though people overall might think it had some pacing issues, it did have quality, and a lot of people like the writing. And so when Obi-Wan, everyone was excited. They thought this is the one they won't fuck up. They'll have Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor and flashback to the Clone Wars, and we got him.
Summer children.
Hides Leia under his trench coat.
Yeah, Andor definitely had pacing issues. The first 2-3 episodes could have been cut down to 1. Like that was drawn out way too long.
And with Boba Fett, we're like, oh, finally they're going to show Boba Fett as a badass. He's going to be just murking people left and right. And then Finnick Shan did everything. And the most watched and talked about is the hour-long Mandalorian episode, essentially, where they undid the emotional impact of the second season by having Grogu just go back to...
very Acolyte move. Remember that was like they'd have like one like back and forth, and it's like, oh, that's bad. And then Acolyte is just back and forth, location, back and forth, morality, back and forth. It's
and then Mando season 3, they gave Din Djarin a fucking house. They threw a Yoda puppet through the air and had him fight Red Guards. And Bo-Katan was basically set up, and it's the most disappointing shit on short series ever. And that's where we are. We are now. Acolyte is going. Like I said, it went up to 17% on the audience score, so it is going up.
Yeah,
that's fortification.
Definitely, it has to be.
If it's maybe it's all the way out now, people who don't like weekly are binging it.
My sister told me she specifically.
Your sister.
Yes.
Well, my buddy who I was making watch this with me, I ended up watching the last one on my own just so I could try to get the video done quicker. I told him to just not even watch it. He's watched all of them but the last one, and I just told him not to. He might not even watch the last one. And
my sister is definitely like their model for who they want watching, because she scrolls on her phone the entire time. And she told me exactly, like, she's like, I just want something on in the background that I can look over at, looks vaguely like Star Wars, like, because I just wanted to get like a normie's kind of perspective on what this whole thing is, because like, it's like I don't want to like tell you like this thing is terrible and dissuade you from it, but it's pretty terrible, and she's like, oh
yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that there will be a little bit of a boost for those kinds of people that have been waiting to binge it, because they're also the non-discerning types that are just going to let it wash over.
Speaking of non-discerning, since I had D+, I was like, hey, maybe I should watch the Doctor Who's and whatnot. They were doing pretty decent on the channel. Made it through one. It was god awful. And then I made it through about 3 minutes of the next one, and Shooty was just too gay, and I knew they were going to be kissing dudes and doing Victorian dances and crap.
Kissing dudes, Victorian dances.
I made it through one episode and 3 minutes of another episode. I should be the audience they are trying to get. Doctor Who, that many times I've thought about watching some Doctor Who. All my nerds love Doctor Who, just like with Star Wars. Now I'm into Star Wars. I'm the person they should be trying to get, not the crazy blue hairs on Twitter.
Dude, I started working at the doctor's office because of Doctor Who, quite honestly. to some regard, yeah. Because I mean, it was like, yeah, because he's a wizard. He's a space, like he's like
finale. He literally rode bitch to an old woman on a moped.
Yeah.
And he cried like 6 times in the final episode. He cries in every single one.
Oh my god.
Yeah, look at this dang Justice League, Doctor Who Justice League up in here. How would someone not want to watch this? And so Disney, the thought is they had because they've got the streaming rights and whatnot. So this is they reset it to like season 1. Like this is a new Doctor Who, like how we've got Star Wars and Disney Star Wars. This is literally Disney's Doctor Who. So they're like, yeah, we'll do 2 seasons. The first one failed so miserably that what this whole report about is we might not even get that second season that they were supposed to.
Is that your finisher?
Maybe
so bad.
Yeah. Maybe we should have just been calling him Dick Doctor Who because of the dick docking the entire time.
Thank you. Yes.
Well,
So this is the one where he gets stuck on a bomb the whole episode, and then random like Indian girl comes and shoots someone, and then the hot blonde girl with the boobs, who was the only good thing about the show, even though they covered up the boobs the whole time, she gets replaced by that Indian woman. So if they do have a second season, instead of having the hot bombshell blonde, they're gonna have a random short Indian girl.
I'm glad they took the chance to melanate that character up. Needed more.
Show really just needed a little bit more diversity. You know, that's what it was lacking.
And we know what diversity means. So yes.
Yeah.
Exact. I don't see any straight white men here.
That's right, because they're the problem of everything.
No.
Hey, what happened the last time a society blamed one specific group of people for every? Oh, that's right. Sorry, Gina. It's not allowed.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Oopsies.
I don't know if that's allowed to be said.
Yeah, you're comparing them to those people. No, I'm comparing the situations. They're pretty fucking similar.
Yeah, so these numbers are goddamn atrocious. It used to be a British like staple, like part of their DNA. So the last episode usually does do a little bit better. So they almost went down under 2 million on episode 7.
Bro, this is why when people say George coming back, if George came back right now, he would fuck up Star Wars just as much as Disney. I hope
absolutely
people, and I say that
would.
with peace
Absolutely.
and fucking love. I say that with peace and love. He would just it's gone. It's done. We got what we got.
Question for you then: who would you want to write and direct for Star Wars if it just say they had an open
Star Wars
casting for?
Like direct, I could pick direct. Right, me, and Star Wars Theory, and Ryan from RK Outpost, and Thor Sky, and all the motherfuckers that I know something, and we'll sit there in a little conclave and suss everything out with like respect to the, but like in the actual industry, no one, because no one understands this shit. John doesn't understand it. Darth Felonius doesn't. I'm sorry. They don't. They may like it and they may get bits and pieces right, but no one actually understands the shit, and you can see it in the way they talk about it.
Well, the fact that when they bought the property and they went right into production and not into, all right, we need to write a storyline and spend like the next 5 years getting that shit down. Like, you know, like not, you know, like the first part of the story, the second, like, and then still being able to make adjustments.
They did what George did when they didn't need to. George did a lot of contradictions, as script doctor likes to point out. And he also evolved his theories because what Yoda says about what the Force is, that it's created by life, is a complete fucking contradiction to what is later said in the prequels and the books, that life is created by the Force. So, and they don't like to point that out, and then that gets into a bunch of novels and stuff. But then my point is, that's my point. You have to fucking know all of this to even begin to understand and write. You can't just be a good writer. You have to be a good writer, and you have to know all this dumbass lore that's taken 30 years to, and yeah, Marshall Lucas and all the other people that put in. So my point is, I don't trust anyone right now in Hollywood. Prove me wrong, but I don't trust anyone of those.
Gunho has a really good idea. How about number 1 on the list?
Yes,
someone who actually likes it.
Yeah, no, George did all that because he had to do it one movie at a time. They had time and money. They could have waited. They could have done 3, you know, and when people point out the contradictions in Disney and they go, what about George? It's like, fuck you. George gets passes that you don't get. First of all, it's his baby. He created it, and he did it in like an order and through the years. And of course he's going to contradict himself. You could have just written 3 movies that line up perfectly with the already established canon, and it would have been great.
But they have Sith logic, so their immediate thought was, we got profit. We got to get our money back. Like right now, we got to do this, we got to do that, and so it's all about
that's just
licensing,
dumb
marketing
logic.
deals.
Because
and just...
let's not besmirch the Smith. They lasted the agent Smith.
The agent. Yes. Hey. I mean, Acolyte made it that way. So
yeah.
Right.
Terry Metalis is a good example of if you just got someone in who liked it, even that is enough to help turn the ship around. Speaking of turning ships around, Max, one of the few actually profitable break-even streaming services, having some issues. Warner Bros. Discovery slashes 1,000 more jobs, mostly in like finance or whatever. Talk studio split. That's the main thing. Is now they're like, all right, we might have goofed up buying Warner Brothers. That was about like $50 billion in debt, and combining it with our actual successful Discovery. And this ends up happening sometimes with these mergers, and that's why we're wondering about like Paramount and Skydance.
Oh, you were lying before?
Yes, always. No, I'll be honest. I think that they do a lot of these, kind of every few years, the one conglomerate will buy the other conglomerate so that they can do like with the force majeure and cancel contracts they want to hold to or anything like that. I mean, it's just an easy way to clean house and you know, just kind of keep things moving. You know, because like what we're dealing with a lot of the times is like elaborate shell games of just keeping us in various, forms of distraction. So there's so much going on that with these streaming service going away.
It's about gobbling everything up, and then eventually they're like, "Oh wait, that's a bad idea." Then they have to split and crush things. It's like Microsoft buying video game studios. Media Giant CEO David Zaslav, who I was told was going to save us from wokeness, is looking into spinning off its streaming and studio business into a separate company.
Real quick, fuck. I mean, yeah, Shad can come along. Nick Gillard is in charge of choreographing fight. He's still alive.
Was he prequel guy?
Yeah, he's the guy that did all the fights. Zaslav.
Yeah, they're saying 39 bills. So even with all the cuts they made, apparently it's still around 39 bills.
I can't really be mad at that dude for a lot of the decisions he's made. It needed to happen a lot earlier too. Famously with the Batgirl,
Its stock declined 32.4% over the past year, with a third of its market capitalization wiped out in that period. Oh, I didn't realize it was that bad. Yeah, that's one of the reasons they're presumably laying people off, is trying to get that stock price back up.
And yeah, I was just going to say this too. This is the other thing. I love George, but he needs balance. He needed other people to be like, well, that. And by the way, I'm not even sure what exactly the parts, maybe the Jar Jar is what everyone would say. But yeah, he definitely needed more people to like push back on him. He went a little nuts.
When he started directing the second trilogy, that's when,
Yeah, he probably should have had someone else direct that.
Yeah.
But they've been on set for...
In this, even things like Adult Swim and Cartoon Network that we would assume had been like profitable and popular, even like those are struggling, which I knew they took the Adult Swim games off. If they get rid of Adult Swim, that'll be insane. Because the amount of like merchandise they've had to have sold for all the various like animated comedies that have been
that's sort of a cult thing too. I don't know if they could... I mean, they could, but they shouldn't.
Yeah, like that'd be weird if they got rid of that. All right, so ABF, I believe I saw him recently. Hopefully Mo's still here. We got to add another movie to the list, and then we'll be talking about some Joker that I was a bit disappointed by. So what we got? Let's see. We added Twister to the list, so that way I can go see Twisters. We just recently added Goodfellas last night because y'all went crazy on Badger stream last night. So I kind of want to add Casino.
You did a normal thing of what happens on Irwin. Mo says you went crazy. No, it wasn't insane. For a Friday, it's actually pretty surprising there were that many people. And shout out to Hypnotic for the raid.
I've been wanting to watch. Oh yeah, shout out to Hypno for sure. I've been wanting to watch Running Man. I feel like this is the day I can finally beg you guys to let me add the Running Man.
Hold up. Goodfellas. You haven't seen Goodfellas.
There are a small handful
of movies he hasn't seen.
This is a whole thing about the show.
Hey, enjoy this. Enjoy this while it lasts. You guys got about 3 more months of getting to feel those feelings, and then all those ones will basically be off the list. Gooch, this feeling that you're feeling is why people give me money, and now it is my main source of income. So I have managed to monetize that feeling you are feeling right now.
Hey Gooch, have you ever watched Harrison Bergeron?
Pardon me?
Harrison Bergeron. It's a story from Kurt Vonnegut.
I know Tom Bergeron.
Well, like
I know Tom. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. No. Well, it's like the movie Equilibrium, but it predates it because it was like a short story that was written by Kurt Vonnegut.
There's some gifties for you guys to make up for me not having seen Goodfellas.
But Showtime made a movie version like back in the 1995 with Sean Astin. Playing the part of Harrison Bergeron. It's about kind of the world that we're living in right now.
Based on Kurt Vonnegut.
Sounds familiar now that you mentioned Sean Astin.
Yeah. It's got a couple of different cameos in there. It's basically a dystopic hellscape 1984 scenario.
So Gooch, then we're trying to figure out what other movie you can be angry about that goes on the list. Because as I said, I just added Goodfellas. I've also got like Scarface. I've also got The Godfather, if you want to talk other movies like that.
Godfather is like the elite when it comes to movies.
Bro, so he had RoboCop before, and all these things that were like seminal classics you've never seen.
Enjoy. You guys got about 3 more months of this.
Taxi Driver, you seen that?
Yes, I have.
It's on here. Oh yeah, you've seen that. Yeah,
and enjoyed it.
I
was like an
indie
indie
movie critic.
I was an indie kid, so like I watched that sort of stuff. Yes. But like 80s and 90s action
An indie
movies,
kid.
not so much.
Boondock Saints.
Oh yeah, indie kid. I got Banksy tattoos and Modest Mouse lyrics. Thank you very much. Yes, I've seen Boondock Saints.
Gooch, he just watched Jaws the other night.
What?
Oh, I know. And that
Look at-
feeling,
painful,
I figured
Like
out
you
a
went
way
jogging
to
after eating a full meal, huh? Right
to
there.
monetize that
Yeah.
anger with
disease.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick another one you think he should have watched because like, he probably has it. It hurts just as bad every time.
No, we've made it through most of the like.
You
Oh
have
my god!
made some good ones. He's seen Demolition Man, yeah.
So what are we doing
Kickboxer,
then?
I just watched that again last night. So good.
Yeah, I just did a review with that with Dark Hour. So.
Have not seen.
Shout
Boondock
out to
Saints
Dark
2.
Hour.
Yeah, we'll be getting on here eventually. He streams like right around the same time as these days.
Reservoir Dogs.
Thank you, Space Rebel. Yes, and enjoyed. Pulp Fiction, didn't really enjoy when I watched it when I was younger. So that
Seen him.
I did go ahead and add to the list. So if you think I need to rewatch Pulp Fiction so I can pull my head out of my ass and understand how good it is, then we can
I'm
do
afraid
that
to
as well.
ask. Have you watched Rocky?
Funny you should say that. I also need to watch Rocky. Rambo First Blood, not 2008. Rambo First Blood is what I will be watching today.
Welcome
probably.
to the club, pal. Welcome to the party, pal.
See, these top ones, yes. So what am I watching? Godfather or Rocky? How about that? And here, I'll make a little poll for chat. Godfather or Rocky?
Well, Godfather, you gotta make time for because that is like a masterpiece. Like you're now you're getting into like cinematography.
Yeah, there's certain
you're getting
things-
to acting. You're getting everything in that movie. So
There's certain things I will watch like while I edit and stuff, and then certain things I know I have to actually fully pay attention to.
Chinatown is another one.
Just do it. Just
I did.
cut me.
I
you
did
know?
actually. I added Chinatown recently, but yeah, we'll do Godfather or Rocky. How about that?
I don't know. I was wondering maybe you wouldn't mind going out with me sometime if you wasn't doing nothing.
Oh wow, that's
What
good.
do?
That's good. That is really good there,
So
Badger.
then,
Yeah, I mean, I got it right in my ears. Like,
Sorry.
that
Yeah,
brings
yeah.
that
no,
brings
no,
up-
no, no. That was like a good thing.
That was
brings
good.
up
That was good.
brings up Joker, which as far as it as a movie itself, I'd say is like an 8.5, 9 easy, but for myself is like a 7 out of 10.
This guy who
Yo, what up,
changed his
Gatekeeper?
fucking picture midstream last night. Shout out Gatekeeper. Yeah.
Oh,
What's going on, bro?
Gatekeeper,
Hope you made it
if-
home safe because you were driving last night.
If you're not angry, well, I'll go and let you know I haven't seen Rocky or The Godfather. There's a poll up. Let me know which one you'd rather me see. And then tell me how much you hate me in the chat, please.
Painful the amount of movies. Badger just keeps. Thank you, Hayden.
So, Joker. I wish they had started off. They tried where he's playing with like the girl on the bus, and then the black mom gets really mad at him. I wish they had done a couple more of those where he seemed just kind of like quirky and fun, and like he's being mistreated. So that way because I keep talking about how you got to immediately make people like the characters, and I immediately didn't like him, and I didn't like him the entire movie except for when he exercised his Second Amendment rights, even though he went a little overzealous with the Second Amendment rights.
But isn't that a good thing that you didn't like him?
But
So,
that's
like,
the
I
thing
mean-
is someone like a Deadpool or whatever is clearly a bad guy, but you still really like him and root for him. I didn't like him or root for him. I didn't care what happened to him at the end. I didn't care about like.
Oh, see, I'm hearing a lot of people. They say the opposite of that. They do like it. I see what I'm dealing with. I love it.
If I had
Second.
watched this back in the day when I watched Boondock Saints when I was a depressed teenager, I probably would have liked it more. But when I'm watching all of these greats, like I watched Forrest Gump,
When
and they
did Joker
immediately
come
make
out?
you love him, and you love him the whole time. It's like the exact opposite of Forrest Gump.
When did Joker come out? Like
2019, October 2019.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5 years ago. Yeah.
right before the Summer of Love,
Mhm.
and then a lot of people watched it during that time, and it resonated. I'm just saying, like I can see how, like maybe now if you watch it, it's not the same. But also, I don't know. You're weird.
Cinematography and how the shot is so good. I didn't care. I've been watching too many movies where you really care about the characters. Even like little people who's even like in The Thing. I didn't know like those guys' names or like any of their motivations, but I cared when any of them died or whatever.
Here's the thing about the Joker.
About him.
If it wasn't named Joker, and if we didn't have that label, would you have liked that movie?
They'd be calling it a ripoff of Taxi Driver.
Well,
No, I probably would have liked it even less. And then
Exactly.
the random where he has to like when he starts like choking Alfred and stuff, and he like weird creeps on Bruce as a kid and whatnot. Like And then just they randomly, oh, there's the clown riots, and then that's when they go see Zorro Mask of the Gay or whatever it said on the thing, the gay sword,
Gay Blade,
the Gay Blade. Yeah.
That's
Is that
before
the
they
actual
took
name?
Gay, it just meant
Yes, it is. That's the actual name. Yeah.
That's what I figured. First, I was like, oh, the protesters like messed with it, and then I was like, wait a minute. So
I appreciate that. This is the nicest way to say you want people to see that a brother approves of me, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Gatekeeper.
Yeah,
Badger, if I show my face so the people could see who loves and respects them. No, I do love that. By the way, I was gonna say
that's
not bad looking, bro.
That's what's great about like us just having the names and whatnot. Like how often you find out, wait, you're like an old lady or you're a strong black man and whatnot. It's just because it just shows like how colorblind we are because we're literally hidden behind like our accounts and whatnot.
He actually reminds me of this dude.
I'm so anonymous.
Yeah,
bro. Tell me I'm tripping.
Completely hidden.
Oh God, Badger's about to do the all black people look the same. Here we go.
Tell me I'm tripping, homeboy. DB Woodside. He's great in Lucifer. Yeah. He's great in 24. I'm just saying, Gatekeeper. If someone ever comes up and asks for a fucking autograph, Lucifer's might want to just sign DB. You might just want to sign DB, and you might get away with it.
The angel brother in Lucifer.
Yeah, and he's also.
Actually, I like
not
that
an
guy.
Ugly dude. Yeah, get out of here. I'm saying he's a good lookalike.
He's a good looking dude.
What's he kill? I'm telling you, the first time I saw him, he's the brother in 24. He's President. What was his name? He's like that. Like literally, people still call him Mr. President. The dude from the unit and all that.
So Gooch, what were your thoughts on the Joker? Because you seem to also maybe not be a huge fan of it like me.
Well, I think they were trying to capitalize on mental health, and Badger nailed it with, and I was kind of hinting at it. Taxi Driver, it's pretty much a carbon copy of Taxi Driver in a lot of ways. Yeah. So that's why I have trouble with it because it's not really a Joker movie,
right?
But there's snippets in there that try to make it a Joker movie, and it's kind of forced in there. So,
Gatekeeper, Jesus Christ! Fuck.
Thank you,
dude.
It's nice of you, Gatekeeper. So I give it maybe a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay. Like not even as good as mine.
Yes, I'm not. It's great
but like
acting.
Cinema, photography, directing, and whatnot. I thought it was pretty good, right?
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of forcing in there that they're trying to make it fit, and it just doesn't. If you know what I mean, I think it could have
another movie. They were like, "Hey, make it DC."
There Gatekeeper knows elements.
Gatekeeper knows about trying to make it fit and trying to have to force it in.
Oh wow, stereotype joke, but also probably.
He just gave us $20. I had to.
Horrible stereotype to have that every one of you have big dicks. I know it must be a real struggle.
He laughed. I got LOL. Thank you very much.
That's right.
Okay, so I'm
like we will trade you the stereotype about the dick for the one about being smart.
One of the reasons I hadn't seen it was because it was so dark and whatnot. So when I watched it, I was like, oh, okay, I was right to not have seen it. Also, the imaginary neighbor girlfriend and him killing his mom parts had already been spoiled for me.
Yeah,
so that kind of took.
It was capitalizing on at a time like 2019 was like mental health was becoming more and more prevalent to everything, and especially in sports as well. So it was a hot topic, and they capitalized on it at the right time. So,
well, that's because there was TDS rampantly emerging at the time, so they were trying to capitalize.
That's channel lore now, Gatekeeper. That's channel lore now. I don't. And the funny thing is, I know it's when Gatekeeper first came out. I forgot what it was, but we were talking. It was something about like race swapping or something like that. It might have been Assassin's Creed or whatever. And he was like, so he opened his statement with like, "I'm a black man," and I was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry." But it
he's saying like as a black man, I still like this or whatever. And so Badger,
was I on that? Was I on?
You might have been. It was a very memorable moment.
Yes.
Shout out, Gatekeeper. That's why Gatekeeper. When I heard your name on FNT, I was like, oh, I know Gatekeeper, and I like started paying attention to Gary reading the fucking 6-part super chat. Yeah, shout out, dude. Drive safe. Appreciate
we're
all the
actually
stuff.
diverse. We're
Safe
actually
travels.
funny. We're actually
And it was
open-minded.
pointed out that's the type of ball busting and joking that used to go around
Trust
between
me.
all the
Trust
skin
me, I know.
colors. Yes,
And
it's what we
gooches,
need.
not tates.
Fuck, if we could go back to like the late 90s, early 2000s level of ball busting and progressiveness,
Absolutely.
that would be just fine for me. That would be just fine for me. Where we make fun of each other. Yeah, it's a decent movie. I don't know how it relates to the book. Not Morgan Freeman, a couple other good actors in it, Dreamcatcher, but
Anything you want me to
I would have
put
never
on
told you to
the
put on
watch
the
list, I will put anything on, and then eventually we might run a little dry, so then we can watch Dreamcatcher.
If you watch
They had a
Rocky,
loop for that.
if you do watch Rocky, just so you're aware,
I am. I will be watching Rocky. It beat Godfather. God dang.
Yeah, when you watch that, just realize like he wrote that and changed the script multiple times throughout the movie when he was filming that movie. He changed it. If you watch the documentary on Sylvester Stallone,
who is
he
incredibly
talks
talented, I did not realize for a long time.
Oh yeah,
he
still is. It's people just don't like the side.
A lot of
he's on.
Tulsa King is him.
Yes, and I love the fact that they wanted to cancel him out of that, and he's like, fine, fuck
Me
you.
too.
Yeah,
I'm so glad he's getting that didn't work because I can't wait for the next. I liked all the. I unironically do like all the Rockies, even if some of them are better than others. But that first one and the second one I think they sort of go together. But
yes, I agree. I agree.
That Apollo Creed Rocky relationship is very good throughout.
Yes,
all their appearances. That's all I'll say.
Yeah,
I think it's one of the early examples of the type of thing that you see. I don't want to even fucking say the term for it because it's good.
The bonding. It's just a bonding.
Sure.
It's a relationship.
Human relationships.
It's no different than what we saw with like Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard. They had a hate for each other.
Yeah.
And they had two wars, and the second one didn't last very long, but they went through a lot of really rough moments with each other, how they hate at each other. And after it was said and done, there's a lot of love after because they realized like what they did. Like people don't realize like when you're fighting and you're in the ring, it gets you versus someone else, and they're gonna take your fucking head off. They want to kill you. So you have to get into that space of you're the best. You're like that's what I loved about Rocky is it's a certain mentality, and then when it's all said and done, then you become a normal human being. You're allowed to shed that persona.
Or when you watch it, you will be all of a sudden thinking about taking boxing classes and fucking. It's every time I'm like, I need to fucking do a couple rounds on the bag. Or something.
3 years old when I started boxing with my grandfather.
Badger, I'm gonna come see you, and we're gonna run on the beach together.
There's like
an
intimacy and an investment it takes into hating someone, much like love. And so like that is kind of where, like a lot of really good, strong relationships, friendships evolve.
Yes.
Like my best friend's a guy that I got into a fight with 20 years ago. And, it's,
well,
and
here's
how many
one.
people have that story,
Tyson and Evander Holyfield have become very close friends. Look at the wars they went through. Yeah. He literally, chewed the guy's ear off.
He trumped him. The Omega Ranger for 5.
Oh, you left this on the wrong channel, man.
The biggest simp in America is MCU fan.
Correct.
Badger, can you tell him to stop simping? He has KDS, Krista Derangement Syndrome. Much thanks, #199.
Yeah, can we get some Krista emojis in chat, please?
I'll do my best. Omega Ranger.
It couldn't wait till Monday, You're just like, I'm going to give this note to Badger right now. He can take it in on at the beginning of the week.
You do one little film threat and a couple X-Men streams and a little open bar, and all of a sudden the people speak your name. Little Danky, little Joker.
Speaking of names people are speaking, they are not happy about JD Vance. So I talked about Hillbilly Elegy. And this
is that Meryl Streep?
Director or producer of Apollo 13 Beautiful Mind. I don't know. We'll check in a second.
Oh, Glenn Close. Jesus Christ, sorry.
This is 2020, and this is based on JD Vance's autobiography, memoir thing. And it was basically to make fun of the MAGA people. But now that he got picked as VP, everyone's going and watching it, and it's trending on Netflix. So let's look at that critic score versus the audience score.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Redneck Amy Adams is sort of doing it for me.
Yeah, here I'll try to.
A little bit of moonshine, the smell of menthol cigarettes in the air, a
Oh,
little bit of moonshine.
Yeah. What men
Oh,
really
yeah.
want.
It's just really takes
M&M,
it's
man.
a,
Menthol
it's
and
a look,
moonshine.
look, I
How
imagine,
dank
like,
it
a
is
girlfriend,
downstairs.
yeah.
Oh my god.
History.
God.
Alabama M&Ms.
Amy Adams was Superman's woman, right?
Yeah, she's like Elsa Enchanted or whatever the hell originally. Ella Enchanted.
Oh, dang.
No,
I'm trying to find you some fat material.
Got you
I
right to
swear.
smell it. I can smell
Yeah.
it. Look at, I love the smell of menthol cigarettes in the morning.
Wash it down with some
Gettables.
natty ice.
Bro, I don't know about Glenn, but both of those do scream gettable. Jennifer Lawrence. Oh yeah, that's your next door neighbor. Sure.
Just put a couple of light beers in you.
I think there's also like a subtle, like wafting smell of meth, kind of like just like.
I mean,
in the background. In the background. In the background.
Beware of exploding.
Right. That's why you're smoking outside.
There you go, Badger.
Well, she told me not
outside.
to leave it on her face, and that's what happens. It gets in their eyes and it ruins
Do you
everything.
have $2, mister?
I'm sorry, honey.
Hayden, hey guys, we need to stop. Hayden's feeling homesick now.
That smells like my teenage years.
I recognize that trailer park. I lost my virginity on that park bench.
Yeah, so basically, Variety is like mad because big tech, and then this person ended up doing things to help JD Vance, and Peter Thiel is one of the people, like the libertarian billionaire guy, one of the people who created him. So yeah, they're mad at big tech and they're mad at Hollywood right now for
Handy's
helping
in
create
the
JD
outhouse
Vance.
for $2, bro. That was a banger track back in the day. Remember Handy's in the outhouse? Handy's in the outhouse. They got Handy's in the outhouse. No, sorry, that's a different one. Jesus, you guys are great.
I want to see some of the reviews. Okay.
That movie was made before JD Vance became a senator. Yeah.
Yeah, because from what I was reading, it was basically they wanted to like make fun of the MAGA people. And
I'm saying, why are they upset?
The
Because,
pictures we showed, I mean,
even if
like
he was still a senator, this motherfucker can't have free time in which he helped with a movie. We're not allowed to be creative. You know, the samurai, even the black one, all thought you had to be masters in all things.
Schwarzenegger did that when he was.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Ron Howard.
We don't talk about Arnold anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
This was Ron Howard, apparently. Whoops. This film fails in the same banal way as most biopics fail, by racing too quickly from incident to incident, clumsily conforming a complicated life to the ready-made beats of a script outline. So I don't know if it was good or bad. They really hate it. It definitely is not just political, but that
By
people
the way,
really enjoyed it. Let's see what they have to say.
I say about that, it's a developing story, but that Yasuke, the guy, that Thomas Lockley, who basically wrote that book, he's like getting discredited right now in Japan. And like, I'm waiting to make a video because the AI translations of everything going on is a little iffy, but like, Japan is super fucking pissed that they tried to push that he was the first black samurai. He wasn't. And so now it's like all hitting the fan over there. I'm not kidding when I think I'm telling you, Japan might sue fucking Ubisoft. Like the nation of Japan might sue them.
Yeah.
That'd be great. That would be
That
great.
would be wonderful. Yeah.
So, you know how we really, really need representation? I grew up dirt poor, watching first my father, then my older brother succumb to drug and alcohol abuse. I find it very moving that someone with J.D. Vance's background is not only a U.S. senator, but now a vice presidential candidate. Yeah, they can't have that. We can't be letting poor white people feel represented and then realizing, oh, they can achieve. They're working harder. You can have success too. Remember when we used to tell kids, hey, keep working hard no matter what conditions you're in America, you can manage to succeed? That was
we don't tell them that anymore. And yeah, Donkey Honky, the Mayo Monkey. Love that name. Arnie lost me when he lived. Yeah, screw your freedom. And even though he's apologized now, it's like, nah, bro. You went from being a Ronald Reagan Republican, someone who came from outside of the country to here, loved the country, became capitalist, all the things, and you fucking turned your back.
Was a really good movie. I can relate as a 23-year-old kid from Cleveland, Ohio. This is exactly how my family was. Oh,
Bro,
yeah.
He left the country.
Did you know? Did you see Hayden's video about this? Hit 1.8
No, I haven't gotten a chance
thousand.
to watch anything.
His sixth video was about Japan being mad.
Really?
It had almost 2,000 views.
Yeah, I'll check. No, because I had one to come out this morning, but it was about everything up until this point, and the fact of the legislature talking about it and the Japanese diet, as they call it. But and then right after that, this Thomas Lockley shit started popping off of them. Yeah, so I don't know, dude. They messed up.
So gonna skip the politics. We'll save it for the end if we got time. I want to get into the Genshin Impact.
Yeah, because it's what John was talking about earlier too, though. When they take it over to change the past, so they can change this and change that, and change the future. It's what they're doing with the games and all the shit.
1984. His job was to basically delete history. Genshin Impact voice actors accused game of racism and cultural appropriation over design of newly introduced Notland characters. And the actual original thing was someone complained that their skin color wasn't right in this game made by Chinese people, and you need more black characters in the game made by Chinese developer. Good luck with that one, guys. Ask John Boyega about that.
I'm sorry, it was in chat. I forgot. They were saying it was that the Natalan or whatever is based on Native American, and they're like the war culture. So it's like if you just made the thing that they based it slightly on, the actual thing, they would then be getting in trouble for a different reason.
You'd be appropriating the culture, and if you don't do it, you're bad for appropriating the culture.
Right. I was saying, because they're already getting in trouble for the appropriating, but if they just outright appropriate and show them, they can't even swing it, because then they'd be like, well, why'd you make them the war nation?
We call on MiHoYo, a Chinese company, to stop cultural cultural appropriation and whitewashing in their games, and to commit to respectful and accurate representation of all cultures. Do you think they were calling for this for Assassin's Creed Shadows?
No, because who the fuck is the arbiter of what respectful and accurate representation are? I mean, these are the
Kim
same
Blair.
dummies.
Literally, Kim Blair.
Because these are the same dummies that wanted Native American representation in Echo, and then when they changed her actual fucking background from like Cheyenne to Choctaw because they had a matriarch rift, no one complained because no one gave a shit, because to them all Indians are the same and all tribes are the same, and all those people that they were pandering to weren't even watching it to be offended and call it out.
Yep.
Well,
I was
funny.
offended.
Yeah, funny that you mentioned that, because
you Choctaw or Cheyenne?
It's sparked concerns.
Her on.
There you go. They're all you're the
Lakota
same
and
to them.
Pawnee.
Yeah. Stop bragging.
We don't
I know.
believe you. I'm sorry.
I know. Nobody believes me, but my great grandmother's like full.
Much like the Japanese, when they complain about Assassin's Creed, we will accuse them of being white.
Well, as the whitest
upset about
person
that.
here, I am the only one who can speak on white culture, and the rest of you are just appropriating my culture.
Because all white people are the same, and then if you
well,
say,
I'm I'm British and German, so I
oh,
feel
you
like
have fun culture.
Pretty white. That is pretty white.
I mean, I'm not quite Lethal Weapon 2 villains, but yeah. So the complaint is, in particular, the many characters from Sumeru and Natlan in Genshin Impact, and from Penacony and Honkai Star Rail are all clearly white, or only lightly tanned at best, with the exception of some enemy NPCs. So there are black people, but they're the bad guys, which has sparked concerns of racism among players and indigenous communities. How many fucks do you think indigenous communities give about this? Do they even have electricity to complain?
No, they're burning fuel.
I think they have
they're
actual
burning carbon. So
Oh my God!
That they're dealing with.
They left their smoke signal comments. Is that how the petition? Can you sign it with smoke? Oh my God!
it's
they pretend
one of
that's racist.
Yeah, that's the people.
It's white savory. They're
aren't
literally white savory.
playing it.
Yeah,
they're white savory.
White women doing white knight bullshit, trying to like step in where nobody even wants it.
This is what they're complaining. Not black enough. Yeah, I feel like I think in one of the articles, I think the next one, it shows like the person they're basing it off of, but it's like it's an animated version of them. Like if you're going to be animated, then they need to.
What are we talking about here? This is what I complain about anime. Do you hear me complaining?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Hey, Japanese people, could you fucking stop culturally appropriating American culture and making all of your anime look like white people and American? Like, what the fuck? Let them take the influences they want. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Remember when this country used to be described as like a melting pot where everybody would come and bring their best? And we
by
would,
the
like,
way,
you know, like,
the reason it was called the melting pot was because we melted. We all melted into being an American. We didn't keep our own
now we're
fucking
a salad.
Yeah. Now we're salad dressing where it keeps separating because we refuse to homogenize.
So they made a do and don't list for the boycott. The very first do review bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, they did it with what? Terminator. We're getting a Terminator. So
No, this is where I was like, oh, they've learned our tactic.
Don't harass, threaten voice actors, artists, and any content creator. Don't send threats to customer support. And then they tell us, oh, you have to tell people not to harass the listener content. You must be so bad. You literally have to make a what you do and don't list. And your first do is review bomb.
She wants to fight me physically, bitch.
Anyone taking you up on that? Nah, because they pussies. Oh, no, very dark. Get away. Get away.
Yeah, no, me seeing that, I was just like, oh, no, they saw what happened with Free Stellar Blade. Or they're seeing what's happening with the Assassin's Creed thing, and they're going to try their own little version of it. But then when I was looking it up and it was confirmed, most of the people playing that aren't fucking saying that. They're completely fine with it. This is some made-up drama shit by people from the outside. Those no-fun Marvel mommies that come in and get offended for everyone else.
Well, what really offended them was someone complained about it, and then the official response was, this is a fictional world, seek help. And that's what made them really mad, was that they didn't bend the knee. And they're a Chinese company. And, well, good luck getting them to put black characters in their game.
You didn't bring me the manager? Now I really need a manager.
And they say they do the lie, that marketing lie they've been doing for all the woke stuff. Genshin Impact is loved by millions around the world for what it already is. And I truly believe such an action of changing it from what it actually is will bring about even more fans to the games. If you add more black characters, we'll get all the black people to play. The same lie they told that ruined all our video games and movies and all that. Pander.
They're already watching. They're playing. Like
Mama.
And when we say the voice actors are complaining, what I mean is the voice actresses are complaining. And many of them are Asian women. And as we know, the Asian women are the new progressive white women. Oh, never mind. Here's a Latino one. You get a little representation and retardation there, badge.
What?
So this is
retardation badge.
Olorun is the supreme Yoruba deity. So if you don't put Yoruba stuff in, you're racist. If you put Yoruba stuff in, you're racist.
Hey, you post the link to your channel, bro.
Yes, always, please. You could find that with a quick Google search even. This is unforgivable. Look at what a sick job Smite did with their own interpretation. It's not hard. Yes, you could do a little bit of research and find out that Yasuke isn't a samurai, and you shouldn't put him in your game as a samurai. But it's perfectly fine because it's a fictional world. What do you think's more fictional? Assassin's Creed, which has a bunch of historical stuff in it, or Genshin freaking Impact, the gacha
It's the two
game?
differences, yeah. And that's why they got in trouble also by trying to say how historically accurate Assassin's Creed was going to be, while also saying, but it's also fiction. It's like, no, the narrative is fiction, but everything else has to be historical fact, which is why you say it's going to have the first black samurai that's not confirmed. Oh, they get a little upset. With this, it's just inspired by, and it's an actual fantasy world. These fucking creatures don't exist.
Well, that's the great thing about saying whatever it takes to win an argument in the situation. You don't have to have any principles.
This is such a perfect example. Nut Bunny, who is one of our edgier members. I don't care about representation much, but I'm Indian. I am surrounded by Indians. There are so many Indians. So I might have been that I had enough representation via Bollywood. Yes, it's like you want black people, you want representation to African media, maybe? I don't know. Don't complain when you're in a white country and then the people are white in the entertainment industry.
I hope you know that you're going to be getting a lot of representation coming up very soon.
Yeah, wait, Nut Bunny, what are your thoughts on Badger's Indian accent? I'd love to hear it.
I can't wait until Charmin Obey Chinoy comes out. Oh, she's going to be making us all very uncomfortable.
My name is Steve.
or Killer. That's gonna be
hello. My name is Bob.
It shouldn't be a radical desire to want to see yourself reflected in the media you consume, but you're in a country that's majority white, and then you get into media that is just majority men. And then you want to start complaining about the people who created the things fuck off back to Retardistan and make your own damn thing, and you'll be reflected all you could ever want, and no one will buy it, just like fucking Flintlock.
Thanks, guys. Or fucking nut buddies like, I can't even, bro. Like, to do the accent, you might have actually had to have had the accent that you're transiting. He's probably he's born here. He probably sounds more like American than I do. Happens all the time, by the way.
Well, that's what those people. And I've said this on Hypnos. Those people. I said this on Hypnos. Like, I think it was like 3 months, maybe 4 months ago. I said those people are going to be losing jobs. That are going to be like screaming, that have jobs like doing voice acting or whatever, and putting out their political views and everything. They're going to start losing jobs because these companies are getting tired of it, especially the Japanese companies. Like the Japanese universities, yes, the EI woke stuff is they sit there and celebrate it, but like the industrial, they do not tolerate it. They know they want to make money. They don't care about that shit. And when it comes down to like anime or manga, it's like they're going to say, you're going to fuck up our business, see ya. And you're starting to see it where companies are saying, no, bye. You're going to be an idiot. You're going to be a retard. Bye.
Yeah.
And Genshin Impact isn't just a gacha game, it's the gacha game. They make so much money off of people literally gambling to try to get 5-star anime waifus. And the the fans hate being like addicted.
So you said waifu, and I felt hypnotic spirit enter fucking.
People love this stuff, and then they've got another game, Honkai Star Rail, and then another game that just came out that like even our chats brought up that they were playing, and it's super popular, and it's they can do a little predatory things, and it's definitely some gambling and whatnot, but people love it, and they spend so much money on it. They give fans what they want. They accidentally added something to where you could use some ability and like set your DPI really high and make it like a 360 attack, even though it was not supposed to. So they ended up fixing that bug, but then it made the character a little like slower and people weren't liking it. So they reverted it. They went back to broken as fuck just to keep their fans happy. And then when they make the changes and stuff like that, they give you free like in-game currency. So they fixed something that they should have fixed, but people get annoyed with it, and they are so about keeping their fans happy that they went back to it being broken. And then give people currency for the trouble.
How dare they?
They should have done that with like Helldivers too, dude.
Oh fuck.
I know. That's a lost cause, it seems.
Remember Helldivers? That was a fun moment in time. That disappeared like tears in rain.
And are they kneeling and apologizing? No, they're announcing their really popular anime crossover that they're going to have. That's going to make them even more money. They are giving the fans what they want. And meanwhile, Leslie Headland's idea of giving fans what they want
is so radical.
Khmer taking his shirt
radical.
off.
How dare they think that way? That's so crazy.
What kind of fans are you? Type of thing. They're really going to the two different extremes. Oh
no freaking way! Mage Demon back from the Nether Realm.
Not seen since time forgotten. Primordial.
Stream 0 and I think Stream 1 he showed up, and then he's back for Stream like 65. Hell yeah! Some of you guys
100
may notice those who are hit 6 months. Let's see, Alec Baldwin's fingers got one. Yeah, the 6 months to a year badge is actually Mage Demon. So if you've ever wondered what the hell that little picture is, it's our good friend Mage Demon, who
has now surpassed the craziness of last night. I hope you understand. You better add another movie, by the way, motherfucker. Mage Demon for 100.
I only do 2 max. Oh, I think I got to read this one for my homie Mage Demon, who was originally a alphabet. But then I made some AI art for him for the documentary, and then he became an avatar for it. Absolute pleasure, Mage Demon. Just a shout out to fans. Never give up on fandom. We all love something. We all argue, especially Badger. And I personally love some of the worst remakes, but I never claim it's the best version. I like New Trek. I mean, it's not real Star Trek, but I like it. Yeah, we tend to like things. My Star Wars was the prequels. Bad, but I love it. Yeah, same. And then I'm getting Mage Demon. And then I'm getting into like the 70s freaking Star Wars comics and stuff like that. We like things. We're generally, we're nerds, so we're kind of hard to please. But a lot of us, we just like liking things. This should be easy. And
you get your gun.
Mage Demon, literal legend. I tried to make a video where it's just like all the big spenders and whatnot. Good shout out to everyone supporting this stuff. And then there's so many Mage Demon clips it accidentally turned into a Mage Demon video. As you might see, after dropping a hundy, he also dropped 10 gifties. So yeah, Mage Demon will take things over.
As Donkey Honky the Mayo Monkey correctly points out, you have just enough to get a hamburger and some fries here in California.
And yeah, screw it. We'll go and add the Godfather. Just for Gooch, just to keep him happy.
Oh, careful. That's
enjoy
a longie.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been wanting to for a while. I want to get cultured. And it just shows so much. We like sharing the things we love. We like things, and we really want other people to also watch them and like them.
He does that.
They think that we just want to talk about like all this stuff we hate, but we literally, whenever we hit, the goal, we go big, oh, what amazing thing that we love are we going to have me watch and like share? They are everything they accuse us of being. And meanwhile, we're just like, let us enjoy our anime characters,
Yes.
Gooch?
No, I was just going to say, you're bang on. Like we do it because we have a passion for all these creations, and it's frustrating when they fuck it up and blame it on us, and we revert back to the old ways.
That want to like things though is what they tend to exploit though, because that's what we're seeing is they're like, well, if and that's where it gets into like this whole analytical marketing kind of creative process that's evolved over the last 15, 20 some odd years. Because it's like someone like my sister. She's like, I just want to see it look like Star Wars, and I don't really want to pay attention to it because like the idea for them is like, well, people want to like this, so we don't really have to try. We just have to show up, And so like that's kind of thing. It's like it has to be more than the.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We had the formula, and they did it well, and then they got boring and just did boring formula, and then they tried to subvert the formula.
The omnibus.
And then they hate us. Then the next step is they hate us and are purposely trying to destroy.
You think they would learn from that from the Star Wars Christmas special? It's Star Wars, but not good at all. It's not good Star Wars, and people shit all over that. So and that's the 70s.
All these weird crossovers that I recently blasted through, I didn't really like Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. I didn't really expect to be the best. I just kind of wanted some Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers, but they did the formula. They gave me what I wanted, and I actually I really enjoyed all of these weird crossovers, and they are all just the formula. And like the ones with the Ninja Turtles is a good example. Freddie Williams. I don't know what Gooch's stance is on Freddie Williams, but pretty darn good artist, and he's like a fan of these things.
That's Tinian, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and then James Tinian did the Batman Ninja Turtles and whatnot.
37% off, $62 for the hardcover omnibus.
Gooch doesn't like the things we like.
No, James Tinian. Tinian,
I know he's fucked up some.
Yeah,
I know,
and he loves to like.
Bro, I'm reading dialogue. World's Finest by Mark Waid.
Yes.
The World's Finest is so goddamn good, and Dan Moore is doing the art, and Mark Waid fucking hates me. Like he hates us as people. I get it. I know, but it's so like
I want to say ABF was like, should I get into Warhammer? And we were like, please God, no, do not get into Warhammer.
No, not
Hayden,
now.
Please God, no, do not get into Genshin Impact.
No, stop it. It'll take all your...
We love you, Hayden.
Yeah.
We love you, Hayden. Do not play Genshin Impact. Agreed.
Yeah. You can never quit your job if you want to play those fucking games. If you ever want... Because I'll tell you what, don't get addicted to then come try and do YouTube full time. You will not be able to sustain that.
Question for
Warhammer.
When you read those books, how much dialogue heavy was those panels? Because which
one? Oh, Tinian?
James Tinian.
Yeah.
Because he loves to, throw his
I don't know.
Yeah.
You tell me.
Yeah, that's James Tinian. Yeah. It's not the art, it's his work, yes. It's all about him. Yes. Oh, yeah, exactly. It's not about their work. Who cares about their work? It's all about what I want to put in. Yeah, that's James Tinian.
I will say, Freddie Williams, dude, he built Batman like a shit brick house. This dude is thicker than the Ninja Turtles.
I asked Freddie Williams to come on my podcast, and the guy wanted me to pay him And I'm like, yeah, not happening, bud.
Yeah, that's a little...
How much did he want? What's the going rate?
A chunk of change. And I'm like,
yeah, because I'm like,
yeah, you know what?
Asking.
I can give you a 1. There you go. So like,
here's my down payment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I heard it too. I guess he did it on purpose.
Gucci's gonna be
I've heard
mad
it both ways.
Gucci's gonna be mad at me.
Why? I'm the most easygoing. Everyone thinks I'm mad at him. Everyone thinks I'm mad. Everyone thinks I'm mad at them, and I'm not.
I'm gonna
Badger's the only one knows. Badger knows.
I'm gonna talk about new comic books.
Yeah, I know.
Transformers. There you are. Okay. Well, Yellow Flash, blame him because he's the one that told me that the Duke and the Cobra Commander and the Transformer. And I think someone else said the Transformers was good. I enjoyed these. I mean, it's just like a short run. I got them all. I enjoyed them. Transformers was actually really good. I was really shocked by how much I liked this, especially the art style is a little... I wasn't sure what to think of the art style, but I ended up liking it quite a lot. And I was kind of shocked because I want things that I like. I want new issues I can buy.
Who's the artist for that
fucking
one?
hot take. Let me say that again because I don't think I like that.
Daniel Warren Johnson.
I don't either.
Yeah, because that looks like some kid drawings. Can show me another? Show me the best bit of that art. Again.
100%. That was my thought, but I ended up actually really enjoying the art by the end of it. Yeah, because it's definitely more childlike. That's what
maybe it'll grow on me, but yeah,
that's what kept me from getting it.
Oh God, I could probably take a dump and create better artwork than that.
You hear Zachary screaming.
That was my thought too.
Zach is dying. Zach is dying.
What's that screaming sound? Oh, it's Zach.
You should have Zach on here one of these days. Actually,
that's what I'm saying. True. I'm easy to please. Yeah, so that way I can talk about all the comic books and he can tell me why I should hate them all.
Yeah. Yes, Conan comics are great. Roy Thomas.
He's got
Duke. Duke was good. I liked Duke, but I really enjoyed Cobra Commander because I really liked his character. And then it ended, and then they started Scarlet and Destro series. And I was thinking about getting them, but I was like, maybe I'll just wait for the trades. Open them up, and the art in that was hot garbage. The art in these are both pretty good. I like them.
Yeah,
but
ask Nightwing. No, not Nightwing. Yes, no.
Say Joshua Williamson. I know you do not like, right?
Yeah.
Tim Drake. Yeah.
Tim Drake. How the artwork went for him in his series.
Like I'm pretty easy. I'm pretty easy to please. You're probably not a fan of the new Ultimate Spider-Man's either because it's John Hickman or whatever.
Hickman is good. Like he's kind of like
I've been having fun.
He's kind of like a poor man's Scott Snyder, where they start off really good storyline and then it just dies. It just kind of like you don't know what's going to happen because it's just
sounds better than the act like when it's bad from the beginning to the end.
Well, that is a low bar to mention.
Yeah.
Okay, one last thing I want to cover, and then we will actually get out of here at the 2-hour-ish mark. J.K. Rowling, I've been meaning to bring this up, does not give a fuck about being called transphobe or fascist. It doesn't scare me.
Does anyone anymore?
Doesn't even mean anything.
It doesn't even mean anything.
Here's a little fun fact. Here's a little fun fact. I reached out to her. And her publicist said, "We're not doing interviews right now, but please circle back because we would want like." I was like, "We'll do."
Yeah,
I've been defending her for a long old time.
Yeah, reach out. You just reach out for whoever.
You miss all the shots you don't shoot.
Yep.
Can confirm.
Yeah, Badger can definitely confirm
you lose
that.
Nothing by asking, and you gain everything by asking.
He got on here just from commenting, being a little, just like the little bit is baggy, and I'm like, oh, I need a co-host to do all my work for. I mean, to help me.
Badger, you know how it is. I just sent out a little.
I
post
do
to
indeed,
Mr. Bo
sir.
DeMeo.
Yes, that's how you got Bo. That's how I've gotten on open. It's just that's how the things happen. You ask, and if the stars align, it shall happen.
Is there a G.I. Joe and Transformers? This is the whole Energon universe where they are combined. But there is an actual versus.
Yeah. And I believe they even fucking sort of set up a cameo in the last movie, like a G.I. Joe cameo in the Transformers thing.
I think you're right. I think
Beast Wars or whatever. Yeah.
Some sort
Amazed This still needs saying, but some don't seem to have got the memo. And then this bitch. If calling me transphobe and fascist was going to scare me out of speaking up for women's rights, it would have happened years ago. Whatever the square root of not giving a fuck is, that's where I am.
Bro.
JK, please marry me.
I co-sign this. Oh, Mama Joe got the secret heavies too. Yeah.
Square root of not giving a fuck.
I co-sign that. I do not disavow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
No, because they ruined it. Being called any of those things just doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, oh, well, here, I'll sneak one little last one in.
It means you're on the right track, by the way. In fact, you should probably be worried if you're not being called those things in present company.
Yeah, Girl 7, too young for First Amendment rights, punished for a racist BLM drawing. So the racist BLM drawing is she wrote Black Lives Matter with only one T, which is freaking adorable. And then she is, I think, like Latino, and her friend is like, no, wait, no, maybe she's white and Latina. There wasn't even like a black person involved, but she wrote Black Lives Matter, and then they had to censor it as under the matter. Also wrote like all lives, any life, any life matters.
Right.
So she made the 7-year-old
beautiful. Yeah,
this was after a lesson on MLK. Yeah, after a lesson on Martin Luther King Jr. The girl drew 4 faces in various shades from beige to brown, depicting her diverse group of friends. The friend brought the picture home and her mom was offended. She contacted the school and demanded action. And then later was like, oh, wait, she got in trouble? I didn't know that me reporting her would get her in trouble. And then so they like suspended her or whatever. And then the parents sued the school. And the judge said that the 7-year-old doesn't have a First Amendment right because she's too young. And that it was okay that the school got rid of her because she's not racist.
Oh, well, I'm glad it all worked out then.
Clown world.
And it's as a child with ADHD, art is her daughter's main emotional outlet and whatnot. The school has deprived her of that, and for what? For having the audacity to draw kids of all races getting along with the words Black Lives Matter, any life matters, and the two girls are still friends. So the girl didn't care.
Remember when I said I'd like to go back to the progressiveness of the late 90s to early 2000s? It was all lives mattered, and it didn't matter what your skin color was, and that we were all equal and blah,
we
blah,
all
blah.
watch Fresh Prince.
It's almost as if that little girl actually understands MLK's message better than the school.
So they gave her a new crayon set. It's all brown and black. So
That's right.
No
That's right.
colors on
All
She can
earth
have
tones.
diverse drawings
like-
of the same colors. Yeah.
Here, it's
My
all
God.
gray and
Like,
beige.
how dare
Have
she
fun.
try to include everyone into the world? Like, it's
jokes between boys and girls, the genders, that would the two sexes, that'll always be there, right? Because those differences will always come back. Racism, that shit, we just keep teaching it. Like, people will always try to always find reasons to not like, but that specific version of it, we just keep perpetuating it. We need to do what Morgan Freeman says and stop fucking talking about it all the time. And shout out to Mage Demon.
Mage, you ever want to come on one of these Saturdays? You got the time, or you want to come on one of the other days?
Going
DM me,
insane
homie.
over here.
Love to have
That's
you
right.
on. The support
to
is
what you were saying earlier.
means a lot.
I asked to be on here. Look where I'm sitting. So yeah.
Well, asked, demanded, blackmailed. Yeah, he asked. Yes, he asked.
Hey,
found footage.
You deleted those files,
However
right, John?
you get there.
Look. We'll not discuss what I've done until I'm ready to discuss that, Erwin.
$20 is $20.
You're not the one who asks questions here.
And so why this is important is that them going after the kids. That's like the number one thing that wakes up people sitting on the fence or just normies is when they go after the kids. And Governor Gavin Newsom, Angry Badger's dear leader, just signed that law stating that schools don't have to contact parents if their kids are changing genders. And not only do they not have to contact them, they will promote them changing genders and whatnot. And that got Elon to say, fuck you, California, I'm going to Texas, which does have plenty of its woke cities as well. Yeah. But yeah, the going after kids, that is the biggest mistake they made.
Shocking enough, it seems to be that it's the most common dividing line is you went a little too far. We were fine progressives, and then you start talking about maps and shit. And then it's like, no. I think we're just going to take it all back.
Yeah, we went from gay marriage to chopping kids' balls off way too quickly, suspiciously quickly.
And that's why the Jedi were an analogy for the government trying to take your kids, trans them up with the lesbian side of the thread.
Yeah, that's actually that article. The very first like line is your kids aren't in public school. They're in government schools.
True. True.
Which is why, yeah, we got like Lady Aaron D, super based homeschool mom.
That was why school was invented, was because back in the day, those Prussians, all their troops were like running away and they weren't shooting. And so they had to get them young and indoctrinate them. So they came up with school. And then Americans were like, oh, hey, they're going to be indoctrinated by something. Might as well be by us. And they just made it American proper. You know, I pledge allegiance to the United States.
12 years isn't enough. We need everyone to go to college where we'll really get them. Because they'll be away when they're away from their parents.
I'm fine with that. We should do the Pledge of Allegiance.
The college kids don't have paternal protectionism, which is why they get so easily indoctrinated.
As someone said, there's a difference between patriotism and nationalism. And I grew up in a patriotic company, not far off, patriotic country. And I would like to return to at least some of those values where we're Americans first.
Mm-hmm.
North Americans first. Love you, Gooch. Sorry, you're counting. We'll annex you. It's fine.
No, I agree.
What are you doing here?
You just dropped another?
What are we doing?
he got himself.
We'll go longer.
Feel the spirit.
He got himself.
A little masturbatory.
He gave a real one of these.
Mage Demon gave you
Mage,
20 memberships now on top of a
pink eye.
This is how the whale video turned into a Mage Demon video.
Shout out.
Homie, absolute pleasure. Seriously. I hope you've been lurking. You better have been lurking here and there, all right? I just assume you've been lurking, okay? I like to assume none of you guys ever leave. You're just lurking in chat, right?
I mean, chat has been insane.
As usual, we underestimated the chat.
Yes, we did.
And they showed up in a big way.
You're breathtaking. You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.
Look at Dax. Dax is still there in the gray.
Yeah,
Dax?
no.
Bro, I see that again. I might have to mod you.
You ain't running.
Don't let it happen again, Dax. Jeez. Okay, well, we were supposed to be doing an outro. I want to get you boys out of here, but we also have politics. Like, you gonna be?
Yeah, no, I'm good. We're good. I'm good. I got nothing to do. Let's do this.
Okay. We have, and this, we actually like supporting our chat, our fans and supporters and viewers. We like giving you guys what you want. So I was going to end, but you guys are all hanging out. We're all good. So
yeah,
we actually like making you guys happy, except for Deadpoolio. I don't think he's in chat. Different Deadpoolio. Thankfully, we have great Deadpoolio who just super chatted $5. The good one, the good Deadpoolio. I'm a triple American, but I'm fucking patriot as fuck. Yes, fuck those hyphens. America, America, America. I'm an American hyphen American. Thank you very much.
I
even drop more. Jesus Christ.
I don't know if like Erwin
did you get him?
Subtly got the message that because he's missing a day on Thursday that it might be struggling, but it's going to be just fine that we may be missing our stream because
it feels like my birthday stream.
Yeah. By the way,
no one's going to
tomorrow. No one's going to be donating. No, you deserve it, Mage Demon.
God
give this
bless
little
it.
fucker.
And Daxnar still escaped it. Son of a gun. Westward, wait, you can drop links in super chats? Hell yeah.
Well, he's a mod too.
Oh, well, yes. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah,
power.
that would make sense. Wait, is this Westward? Is this your anime channel? Wait, no, in 7 hours?
I mean, Charlie did sort of do it.
What's today's secret word?
But yes, that looks like it is Westward's channel, please. Yes. Westward, you're a mod. Drop links to your chat more. You don't have to give me $2 to do it, but I very much so appreciate your $2. It tastes delicious.
You don't have to disappear now for like another 2 or 3 months.
I know.
We don't expect you to do this every stream. You just come back and chill,
The amount of support we get from you guys is so very much appreciated. But genuinely,
Souls presents.
We love having you guys. Like when ABF dropped by, dropped a 50 banger, a nuke on Badger last night, and obviously that's amazing. I was happy to see ABF again. I genuinely missed him while he's gone. And when we don't see you guys in chat for like a couple weeks, we genuinely do miss you and think about you guys. Hell, we could not do this without you guys.
They can't get rid of me.
John, yes. And John's a perfect example. He's like always one of the first people in chat. He does lots of things to support us. Like you don't even have to be dropping the bombs
That's right.
to be a big part of this. Everyone doing their work.
John. We appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, I do.
We appreciate all of you.
I appreciate you guys.
I started this so I could hang out with you guys, and somehow I turned hanging out with you guys into a career. La La Land, former Democrat presidential candidate? No, what? You mean? No, I'm not former. Present horsefucker slams Democrats for calling Trump shooting stage. Even Cenk Uygur, renowned horsefucker, is telling these guys you need to take the aluminum foil hats off. We are just off the cliff with these people. I know.
It turns out when people throw money at you, you don't run away from them. You stand still.
We're about to wrap up.
Keep hitting you.
We're about to wrap up, and Mage Demon said
Stay
no.
where the money's landing.
Yeah.
Mage Demon said no. You're not. It's not happening. Sorry, guys. You're still here.
Oh, how'd that go, Alec? How'd that go? Was he? What did he smell like?
Fuck up. No.
Was it like an air of body odor and like bad perfume? That's what or cologne. Not perfume is probably the correct way.
You're ruining my afternoon.
Oh, these
Smell
smells.
like manure and
I'm
oats.
sorry.
You're nailing it too. That's
Here's
the
both
thing
the $4.99 paid advertising. We support this. We're capitalists here.
Yes, guys. One of the reasons I make you mods
Definitely.
is so if you have a YouTube channel, you can just drop it.
It was so hard not to bring up animal fucking. It was. Should have talked about how you just got a new mare and how you love to brush her every night. So affectionate. See what he said? You can see him start sweating. Like, yeah, tell me more.
I thought you meant a different kind of mare.
No. Yeah. Was there an ode to a barnyard?
Yeah. I just imagine
menthol with barnyard.
You know, Jake's a real stud around the old barnyard.
At two stable, yeah, you do stable, yeah.
Mage Demon, absolute pleasure. Literally, if you got a microphone, hit me up. You want to come on one of these? Well, Dax, I tried. He tried very hard. It was very much appreciated. Love you guys. Love chat. Till next time. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, which you have to literally say because we have a global audience because we're incredibly diverse. Mage Demon, quick, is there a movie I need to watch? Let me know before you go. You went insane. I will add a fourth movie to the list. I was going to be capping these at 2, but when you guys go this insane, yeah, we can uncap that. So Cenk Uygur says, "You're really going to stage shooting you in the ear, and if they miss by a centimeter, they're dead. Are you insane? Who would stage that? That's just nuts."
Yeah, this is one of the few examples of one of their side. This is sort of like Grace saying that the Acolyte's bad. This is like one of their side, like, yeah, I sort of think it's bad at. And of course, he's like, if I get shot, I'm standing up and putting my hand in the air and screaming, fight, fight, fight. I was like, yeah, sure you are.
If I could step into the wushu for just half a second. The Schumann's resonance, evidently, we are the Schumann resonance. It's like this thing to do
electromagnetic.
Yeah, but it's about CERN and like the multifaceted states reality. Either way, we're evidently like we got out of the phase of like the weird whatever the chaos is. So like we're like on that maybe one timeline where we actually can have hope and beat the globalists and all that shit.
Oh, I said that when Trump did his speech and he said the thing about trying to be president for everyone, and I was like, oh, we might be in that timeline.
Yeah, but we have to reinforce it. That's the thing. It takes our energy, our focus, our intention, our will.
You want my energy? Hold on. Yes. Let me give you my power. I'm transferring my energy to you now. Did you feel it? Did you feel my energy? Hold on. I am increasing its power to you.
Hold on. Are you wanting me to? Are you wanting me to force choke you?
Yes. No. I want you to receive my karma. Receive my power.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Received.
Thank you. You are gay now. You are gay.
God damn it!
Please climax after the stream, guys.
Yes. You have become victim to a phishing scheme, and I have given passwords to your brain.
Oh, well, they're going to go cyber. As soon as we get those, yeah.
I was going to say, I knew this Neuralink was not worth it. Yep.
Yeah, we've seen all the hacks and IT problems. Yeah, wait till your brain chip controls everything.
Yes, Daxnar. Hold on. I give you my power too, and my karma to you. Okay.
Yes, and Sons and Shadows as well. His channel is doing quite well. I didn't realize how big his channel was for quite some time.
Yes.
Of course,
His
mama say, mama
internet penis is bigger than my internet penis. And I am all right with that.
Good.
Comes all shapes and
But
sizes.
your internet penis is seen in more places.
But
so,
mine has been seen in far more embarrassing situations. Yes, that is true. It's been fondled by more people, and I'm not exactly proud about that.
As the Canadian, Gooch doesn't want to brag about his EP being even bigger than both of yours.
Yes.
He's just too kind.
Badger's an expositionist on the internet.
But it's huge.
It's beautiful. It's very girthy.
Yeah. Did a 7-hour tantric showing just the other day.
Jesus Christ. All right, so similar to how they want us to go on green energy and all that, but it's not enough to like power the grid and whatnot. So they're like, we have to destroy oil and coal. And we're like, but what are we going to replace it with? We don't have an actual viable option. And they say, oh, we don't care. We're just trying to destroy everything. So we've got Susan Sarandon. No idea who she'll support, but she knows that Joe Biden should drop out. So they know Joe Biden needs to step down, but also, who are we going to replace him with?
It's too late. It's too many of the states, they've passed the deadline. Everyone they run loses. Like everyone they run in all the fucking fake things.
But why would you put your head in there? Like you would save it for 2028. So why would
even if right now they did some weird legal finagling and got JFK or RFK Jr. to be the dim lead and all went behind him and got independence and all that, it still would be sus now.
Who do you replace them with? Because they don't go to that next step and think, well, if we get rid of them, who do we replace them with? Kamala?
He loses.
No one wants. She has no support. Like she's
to the Democrats' benefit, they plan ahead with their super delegates so that they can ultimately choose whoever they want as the nominee at the end of the process. So it could, in theory, be anyone. But ultimately, no matter who it is, it's just going to lose.
Everyone they run.
This is 2012. This is 2012 when the Republicans had no one and they were scrambling. Like it's.
What the hell is that?
McCain, oh my God!
Oh,
I was gonna.
I thought we were looking at the mummy.
Rogan is really let himself go, huh?
I was gonna ask what insane thing you thought Barbara Streisand said involving Trump. Would it be that the reason he got graped was because he was wearing that sexy dress and he shouldn't have been wearing that sexy dress because he was asking for it? Yes, correctly. Barbara Streisand claims Trump brought the assassination attempt on himself because he's been branded a bully. As victim shaming as you could possibly get. It was his fault for the media smearing him.
The guy who gets shot is the bully. Just want to be clear on that. Right?
No, she's saying Trump is a bully.
I know, that's what I'm saying. The guy who got shot is the bully. I just wanted to be clear. Yes.
Okay, quick question. So, what's her name from Star Wars? Amanda Stenberg. You put it the other way around for her. She brought it all onto her because she is a vocal bully out there because she deserves it too because like she's put herself out there and said all these
bullied us with that rap song, bullied my brains and eyes.
I mean,
so what she's saying is because the shooter was bullied a lot in school, and from what we're learning, he was asking for it. Trump has always been branded to be a bully. Maybe that's what motivated him. So all the people who have been bullied are going to come after Trump. Yeah, that's what it is. I feel like the FBI is going to tell us that's what it is.
I did star this because you're not getting away. You only just watched the Predator movies and Forrest Gump. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Angry Badger will guide you, my good sir. That means your ass is mine. I get to tell you what to watch in the line of fire.
Somebody clip that, please.
My watch list is currently at
10 minutes.
126. So yeah, Mage Demon, don't you worry, Badger and Shadow
is ready.
What's up there, Hypno?
I did not realize that Hypno had changed his actual avatar for the channel too.
That's good.
Yeah.
Full upgrade
awesome.
mode.
Hola, Hypno.
Go check it out tonight. Episode 100.
Check it out. Almost 50,000 subs.
I need you to wear a James O'Keefe hidden camera, so when you and Hypno go out for dinner, I can I can see his face as he comes on to you and tells him all his secrets about his channel and all his DEI hiring practices.
I'll just ask him about anime, manga. He'll fucking not stop talking about it. He'll love it. Show me your bookshelves.
And then you can do the Mandela Stenberg face when you pretend like you know what he's talking about.
Oh God.
Yes, Hypnotic, absolute pleasure. At 49K, if you're somehow not subscribed to that man, he's almost at 50K. So let's get him there so that way
Hell
all the
yeah,
people
brother.
on Twitter can be
100.
so
Yeah.
busy with him.
And
I've
also,
never had
Hayden,
so much fun.
based on his like friend or someone in school who just like would talk to him, he's one of those fucking never Trump Republicans.
Yeah.
Like, so even if he was one of those that hated Trump.
Mark Cuban just admitted he voted for Haley just so he could screw with it. So even like billionaires do that.
Oh, it's 100 Saturday night.
Is it tonight? Hell
Shout
yeah.
out. Yeah.
And thanks
100.
for this shout out last night for Badger's show.
I said thank you for the raid. Who's the guest tonight?
And I will say, like Hypno, it's like if
I
it weren't
think
for
it's
him,
John Dela Rose.
I'd be so
What
screwed.
a great
And then-
star.
Yeah, you guys. Some of the people are not fans of him in the big universe.
I just know they. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Hypno gave me the editing job, and then helping bring a lot of people here. That amazing ass scissoring, that networking is why this is now my job instead of me having to go back to like delivering pizzas or something. So this is what we do. We build each other up, and then those below us we help bring up. Those above us help bring us up, and we're the fucking media now.
Yeah, isn't that crazy, Hayden? How all of a sudden they're fucking experts on him, even though he doesn't have a social media and they can't get into his phone. And yeah. But if MSNBC said it, we all know it's true, right, brother?
Well, this is one I didn't know if it was true when I saw it. Mark Zuckerberg, his response to it.
This is separate. If this doesn't
confused
break you of TDS, if you don't see someone get shot, then rise up with blood across their face and fucking say fight with their fist in the air.
This is
I don't know what to tell you.
Zuckerberg. Seeing Donald Trump get up after getting shot in the face and pump his fist in the air with the American flag is one of the most badass things I've ever seen in my life. He again on July 4th did his like the wake like surfing thing he does. That actually looks pretty cool. With an American flag for I think like the second time, and someone's like, his PR team is, doing a decent job revamping his image and whatnot. And then he does this. I'm like, is Mark Zuckerberg going through his base arc?
And then you have Hulk Hogan come on. I mean,
we've got that. Yes.
I mean,
what you mean to say is, let Trumpomania begin, brother.
Yeah.
when he ripped that shirt and had the Trump pants under him, like, man, I wish I could bring myself to vote for you guys.
Yeah. Didn't they confirm his identity with DNA? That they
now the talk is
saying their sources of where exactly they got it before.
Were there more shooters then?
Oh no, that was a fucking. I know. I saw even Alex on there. That was a star painted on that water tower.
Oh, well, now they're talking like analyzing like the gunshots and whatnot. But yeah, So then he further elaborated. On some level, as an American, it's like hard to not get kind of emotional about that spirit and that fight. And I think that's why a lot of people like the guy. As you said, patriotism. That was the, that fighting spirit, the fuck yeah, America, #1, let's go.
What you gonna do, brother, when Trumpomania runs all over you? He fucking still had to do. He still had guns and shit. I was like, oh shit, yeah.
What's interesting though, is, this is one of the few times where they seem to be trying to kind of like convince people to like, no, go ahead, tell us your conspiracy theories. Trying to take away from the obvious thing where the FBI, for whatever reason, just let that shit happen,
Yeah.
So. All of those I have seen or are on the list except for Count of Monte Cristo. So, Mage Demon, don't you worry, I'm in good hands. Aliens, I definitely... Actually, here, I've been needing to see Aliens. I'm just going to go and add that to the list.
You've seen Alien, right?
I saw that in the theater, actually.
Alien?
A little disappointed, only because so many people... Alien I saw in theater, and then Aliens I need to watch. I was a little disappointed. I thought it was going to be a little bit more intense, but still really good, obviously. So I don't know what Zuckerberg is going through some arc. I think it's like
he's doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and he's fucking...
Capitalism. That's what it is. Like money. That's what it is.
So he's going through like the white boy gangster like thing now, it seems like. I don't know what's going on with him, but
this is probably no different than Zuck or the other one, Bezos, who got all jacked and shit.
Yeah, midlife crisis, like post-divorce stuff too.
Or you just have money and you have the time for self-improvement.
Yeah, and human growth hormones.
So in
Sure.
our segment of you don't hate the media enough, there was a leak about how someone was telling people not to use the
Hey,
Associated Press video.
Extended edition, because it's got the best scenes in that everyone thinks that you remember, but it's actually in the extended edition.
Extended. And I will add Count of Monte Cristo to the list as well. Okay, so they were saying, oh, it's a really good photo, but don't use it. It's too good of a photo. It's helping Trump too much. Even though we admit it's a really good photo and everyone should be using it, you shouldn't because it helps Trump too much. Well, Time was going to have it on the cover, but instead doesn't. After media complains it helps Trump too much. You don't hate the media enough.
Yeah.
Remember when Time magazine used to be about, events in time that were like,
or when they do their person of the year and what Hitler and Stalin. Yes, I remember Time.
Yeah, you could tell that they gave them all the rookies. They weren't actual fucking Secret Service. They didn't know what they were doing. You could see them looking around and not looking around like spotting a target.
Jill Biden
looking around
needed
confused.
them. So Jill Biden's 7 people in the crowd could be security guarded.
So lucky they didn't shoot anyone when she was trying to fucking reholster.
Oh my God, I know, right? So I meant to put this one a little earlier, but yeah, Joy Reid, of course, thinks it's fake.
Whoa!
Who would have imagined Joy Reid, the worst?
I did not need to raise my head to that. Jesus Christ!
I literally, I apologize.
Is she in the new Wolverine Deadpool?
It's Sarah Junda from the live action of Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
And then actual entertainment, another Hollywood mega donor, Tom Strickler, threatens vulnerable Senate Democrats, publicly abandon Biden or you won't get another dime. And Katzenberg, I didn't grab this one, but Katzenberg, who's the old Disney guy who basically runs the Biden campaign, had to come out and like, we're broke. It's drying up, guys. And they had like a huge haul in Hollywood from that big fundraiser. And apparently the money's not coming in anymore. And the problem is, like how this was about the Senate Democrats, especially in like swing states and stuff like that, is that it's like the down ticket stuff. By having that weak candidate at the top, people just don't vote. And then all those senators down below them and all those other politicians also don't get the vote. So having that, even if they don't think Biden's going to win, he's so weak, they're worried it's going to also affect everyone else. Weirdly, that's normally how it works. Like in 2020, one of the reasons, it got borrowed was because the Republicans won big in Congress, but somehow lost the presidency, which is not how it works. People who are voting aren't going to vote for Biden and then not vote for it doesn't make any sense. That and they claim that white men didn't go out and vote for Trump. If you know anything about elections, neither of those made any fucking sense. It was clearly borrowed. And this time, I don't think it's going to be close enough for them to borrow it. They're going to have to go big, but still, I don't think it's in the bag. Words. I said all the words.
Is going to have to leave in a minute or two. Are we going to the 30, or do you want to give him a second to bounce?
We were literally just about to finish up. Globalist Max Boot writes for, I think, Washington Post, and his ex-CIA wife then went to work for South Korea. Oops, indicted for failing to register as a foreign agent. The same person who says we're all a bunch of Russians. Ooh, turns out his ex-CIA wife is a foreign agent who didn't register. Fox News host says we all owe Alex Jones an apology as mainstream media openly questions Trump shooting.
Yeah, anyone that called it a fake or staged owes Alex a big fucking apology.
And that's it for the day. Badger, what you got going on today? What videos you got coming out?
Not a damn thing unless a certain hypnosis person decides to send invites. Otherwise, not a damn thing today.
I'm sure you'll be on
for tomorrow.
I'm sure you'll be on.
Gooch will put a good word in for you.
Gonna get ready for tomorrow. Nice little birthday stream that no one will show up for now because everyone's poor. And
I'll be there, brother. I'll be
there. I assume we're doing normal time, correct?
Yeah, we'll do 10 to about 10 to 10, 12, 12, 13,
we'll go extra. We'll probably do about 2 hours or so.
Yeah. So we'll see. Still working out exactly, but yeah.
And then Gooch will be on Saturday Night Hypnosis tonight. What sort of streams you got coming this week, Gooch?
Well, X-Men 97 with this guy up here. Doing episode 7, 10 o'clock Eastern Tuesday. And then we're doing Ninja Scroll Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to that one. Ooh. And we got Leon, we got Blue Collar, we got quite quite a panel on that one, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I've had some animators come on and talk about a lot of these movies and episodes that we're discussing about animation, and it's been great. Love having them on because they have the insight and the Hollywood.
Yeah, Gooch has. If you haven't seen the streams, he has actual like professional people on, like not just us idiots on the internet. Actual like voice actors and artists and stuff.
It's good stuff.
And then Thursday we have Demon Slayer, and I heard Tech Rat last night talking about, fine, I'll go to Gooch's channel and do Demon Slayer. Tech Rat, you're more than welcome to come on, brother.
Call his bluff, Gooch.
Yeah, come on. Let's see what you got. Yeah, we're doing Ninja Scroll. It's and then August I got a lot of movies, and I always invite these guys to come on. So
mods, if we could please,
Erwin never shows up
to Gooch's channel. I didn't even realize you had invited me. I was so confused.
You gave the thumbs up. I said, "Come on!" And you gave the thumbs up. I'm like, "All right, I'll send him the link."
He was trying to pacify you, and you didn't realize it was I'll be there.
I will say,
honestly,
you
I
got
love
me
hanging
in
out
for
with
the
you
Batman.
guys.
Love it. Too,
I
man.
love hanging out with you guys. You guys are great, as you know that. So, awesome. Oh, Mama
likes your streams.
Genuinely, I think she likes your streams more than our streams.
It's all right. I figure.
I don't blame her.
Even when she plugs your streams on ours while we're still alive.
That was pretty great.
Thank you,
Canadian.
And he leaves them up, and that's how his channel's really growing, because some of those do some numbers afterwards.
No, it's
they do okay.
So yeah, even
that's
if
a
you don't...
testament to you and to like the vibe and the people you get on. So yeah,
that's great. Thank you, Nagano. John, what you got going on? Just being problematic or what?
I'm actually trying to be productive. Got a channel kind of idea in the works with somebody. I mentioned earlier, Honey Badger Arcade. So so like hopefully within the next few weeks we'll get all the details. He's traveling right at the moment, so I'm going to get back in contact in like a week or two. But hopefully in the next month or so, we'll start having a Saturday show shortly after this one ends, kind of time frame. As it seems like a good time
gripped with like pre-open bar and pre-F&T. Now we got someone doing a post of our show.
Mm-hmm.
We made it, Badger. We fucking made it, bro.
This has been you guys don't realize this has been my grift for the last year. No, but yeah, like I'm just working on that kind of stuff and just trying to get better using OBS. So if there's anybody out there that is trying to get their streams going and whatnot, and just needs somebody to like do back end stuff,
if you need a guest, hit up John.
Yeah, I'm trying to become legitimate because like I've got
John will be the Brian Red Band of our
internet. I'm the law cow of this group. I'm just like they're just like, what's he doing? What's this about?
Oh. Wait, I just realized Gooch isn't a mod either. God, I hate seeing these grays in chat. Problem solved. Daxonar, you are like one of the only Daxonar. You better
Daxonar's awesome. Daxonar's awesome.
Throw a wrench at Dax. Dax and I are also hopefully going to get something worked out here as a thing in the next little bit of time too. So
we're the media now, guys. Excellent. Yeah. And we're not only the media, we are the bigot army. Make sure you go watch Saturday Night Hypnosis tonight.
Be there tonight.
You see all,
something in the works tonight. So I'm not going to say.
There we go. Yeah, you get all the gays in one place. You got to love it.
Congratulations. Hey, maybe it'll be crazy and we'll give them to 50,000 tonight live.
Let's fucking
that would
go.
be special.
Well, I'll speak it into existence.
Yeah, I speak it. I put my power and karma into this.
That's what I mean. We spoke this all into existence. You guys are absolutely insane. I'm going to count this up. Very good chance we're going to beat the highest we've had for a stream. Oh my god!
Narrator, he beat the highest stream. Yes.
Oh my god! This part means so much. Tomorrow's stream will be on Badger's channel. Freaking love you guys.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Good, then get the hell out of my life. Who needs you? Beat it. Leave me alone.
I needed to get rid of the human garbage, otherwise known as my best friends.
Yeah. Come on.
Bonnie, how do you keep getting back in?
Well, bye.
I'm sorry, babe. I didn't mean that either.
Jesus Christ! I almost wasn't able to get through them all during the. And Mage Demon just dropped it. If Rey killed Palpatine while he was unarmed, doesn't that break new Disney canon? They just made Rey a Sith. She was always a Sith. She's a Palpatine.
That's right.
See you tomorrow.
Imagine she killed one of the Master Jedis and then joined Palpatine. That was the acolyte.